There you go, Connor.
All right, bitches. This is the first proper session of Mage.
Yay!
This is going to be a shorter session because I do have to leave in like 3 hours, and this is intended to be like 5 hour long session. But then character creation, because despite the fact that people had like 3 to 4 weeks to finish their characters, it only got done till now.
Yeah,
The fucking worst, people.
Yep, that's us.
I can't actually shout at Ban for that because he did actually like finish his character sheet
So
really
did I.
early on.
So did I.
Haha.
I did good.
I'm not sure to handle this. I can't blame Ban.
Holy shit.
My life is over.
Anyway.
Apocalypse has come.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
World
we
doom.
we all have our character sheets now. So
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So a time period of 3 years has passed. During this time period, you've gotten to knowing your instructors, meet many other individuals, and learn the many precepts of your tradition, the histories of it, the world at large, and the various skills you'll need to meet the future. There's a certain. All of your teachers have made the effort to make sure that you have at least some periods of time to interact with one another, get to know other initiates, and begin to learn about others in Mage society.
I have a question.
Sometime.
I have a question already.
What?
In those 3 years, were we allowed contact with the outside world?
After 6 months, you are allowed to leave the Chantry mostly on specific assignments.
For how long?
Anywhere from like 3 hours to, for some people, up to a week, depending on the character.
Okay, so basically my doctor's practice was kind of non-functional over 3 years.
You would have been rest assured by your instructor, Professor Tewksbury, that such circumstances are currently being handled.
Okay.
Your practice is essentially shut down on your specific practice was temporarily shut down, and your patients were temporarily handled by another doctor.
Yeah.
Someone
okay.
who stood in as your step-in.
No, I mean that's good. That's good. It's just fuck it. I had
Your
like a
business will still be there afterwards.
good. That's no. I had like a 3-year sabbatical in Europe or something.
No.
Whatever.
It's very much like hoity-toity sabbatical, whatever the fuck.
Oh, very much. Yeah. I went on a 3-year wine drinking binge through all of Europe.
You
So
too.
what about Bob and him being a garbage man?
Also handled.
Your job is still there.
Bob
too.
would be Bob, as Bob will eventually learn. For Bob in his previous life, he will end up like English.
Yes.
Bob will end up resigning from his job, basically because you'll not be able to show up for work for 3 years.
Yeah, sounds
And
just
what
about
about
right.
things like in terms of apartments and apartment rent and that sort of thing?
Depending on one's house, they're either paid for and somebody is sent there to take care of them, or for other individuals who had to hide more of their identity, their lease is canceled.
Okay.
Quote.
Yes,
So I should
like-
still have my places. I don't really have much time.
For Adam himself, unless he really wanted to hold on to his apartment, Jordan just said you can get another one.
Okay.
In fact, even after all of this is over, you will have a place to stay at the Chantry.
Ah.
You will
Sweet.
always have access to a bed and food, basically.
Good to know.
Hell yeah.
It's not like a charity or a homeless shelter where you're like given money and equipment, but you're given a place to eat and sleep and study.
Right.
So
So,
Anyways, each of you will be brought into. Each of you during some time beforehand will have finally graduated. None of you have went through the same graduation process as anyone else, since this is all very intimate kind of whatnot. And some time will pass before you are fully welcomed in as as a mage into the society. There is an actual ranking that I do not remember. 1 second.
But I'm guessing we're at the bottom.
Yes, you're rank 1.
Your babies.
Little baby.
You're a baby.
You're a baby.
Yeah.
I'll probably be sending you little
Uh,
blippets, June.
I had to
Yes, good.
get a new apartment. I had to get a new apartment and a new job.
And a
Right now.
new job.
Posting
d-
nudes.
I
Yeah.
just got a sublet for my apartment, like
And
some
that's
other
really
stuff.
Anyways.
my work is commission based, so
And that's
Yeah.
bad.
So, anyways,
Unless
as
somebody
a
wants to-
for those of you individuals who have 1 dot as your highest sphere, your title is initiate. Coops, however, being an individual who managed to complete a seeking during her training, which will be gone into depths later, and managed to actually learn more about life, the sphere, and become rank 2, now has the title of apprentice.
Teacher's pet.
And so in Mage Society is technically of the highest rank in the group. That being said, you people can interact however the fuck you want.
Nerd.
None of you, however, have earned a title, which is like a specific acknowledgement of specialties or intricate knowledge or whatnot. That's things that you go out and earn by doing a cool thing.
Guys,
I
let's go out and
mean,
do
you
cool
can't
things.
really just give yourself
Hell
a
yeah.
nickname.
Adam
so-
the butt stabber.
Yes.
No.
so we put this information under Cabal or Chronicle or
None of you have actually started a Cabal yet.
uh,
Chronicle is the name of the game. I haven't made a name for the game yet. I haven't
Y'all
decided
fuckers need
on one.
Jesus.
No, it's not going to be y'all fuckers need Jesus. It is not.
Why not?
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
That being said, during your time here, at first everything was glittery and amazing and full of wonder. You wandered around this building that, as far as you could tell, had unending halls that was, to coin a commonly used term, bigger on the inside.
Woohoo!
Cool.
It's bigger on the inside. It's bigger.
So what kind of building are we in?
When you walked on the outside, it looks to be like a fucking like square building that is flat, ugly, very like American industrial, and as unappealing as possible. On the inside, it's literally everything. Like you walk down like a set of halls, and you'll end up in like a Zen garden. Sometime later, you can end up in a fucking internet cafe that looks like you just stepped into fucking Korea.
Sweet.
Interesting.
Nice.
That's probably where I spend my time.
And in all likelihood, set a few wings of nothing but mat of crazy laboratories.
Yes, those are hidden behind blast doors.
I
Nice.
would be insulted if they weren't.
Are there any clubs around?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's plenty of places to like. There's plenty of bars and places for revelry and whatnot, and I'm sure Bob will have learned all the best clubbing spots. Going
Fuck
clubbing.
yes.
Fuck you, seals.
I
Anyway.
like to think that his new apartment is like right above the internet cafe.
Anyways,
Anyways.
although over time, you begin to learn that Mage Society is very much based on pomp and circumstance. Although it seems to be used as a tool rather than a way of keeping the lower ranks down. Mage Society is very much based off of meritocracy and your ability to perform as an individual. As the uninitiated, you were spending your time mostly learning from other mages. While there is like superficial differences between the way an individual learns, in every tradition there's a very strong concept of the master and apprentice relationship. So at least while you were training under that master, you had very little right or the ability to express your opinion. However, your prospective mentor went to great lengths to make sure you're properly educated, that you were taken care of, and it was generally seen that while you had no real voice in Mage Society, your master was expected to take care of you. Now you have effectively turned 18, so to speak. When you finish your initiation, you are full standing members of Mage Society. While you are at the lowest tiers, you are still considered officially people now, so to speak.
Yay!
What, we
Yay,
weren't
the
people before?
As politics have been going, especially with interactions with other mages who are visiting from other chantries, it is very easy to see that Mage Society is very secretive, territorial, so to speak, and there is definitely the unfortunate constant issue of pride. There is a certain division that one can even see in the Unity chantry itself, as you've come to learn the name. The chantry is named Unity. When a person pays close enough attention, it is very easy to see political lines, factionalism, cliques begin to form. Especially when the 9 premier mages are not paying attention. And these lines can cross from tradition to tradition between various groups of mages, but they seem to be mostly organized around groups called cabals. As
Okay.
6 mages who came together and have connections to one another beforehand, it all seemed to be sort of natural that you became friends. Mages tend to be suspicious of one another instinctually. However, previous life experiences seems to have drawn you all together. If not out of actually being friends with one another, if more out of necessity than anything else. Having allies is a very useful thing in Mage Society. You have not actually been exposed directly to the constant politicking that happens, but you've definitely seen it done, and you understand that having friends is more important than anything else.
Cool.
Thus, under some fashion and at some point, you have all decided to form something called a cabal, a group of mages who are working together under a common goal.
Sweet.
What is that common goal?
Let's live.
That we're going to address in a second.
Okay.
We're
Yay!
going to start our session in a bar.
Woohoo!
A small, smoky event that isn't located at the chantry, but is located nearby. It is not run by a mage. However, it is run by somebody who is aware of mages, someone called a sleepwalker. Somebody who has been exposed to magic and realizes that it is real.
But
They
doesn't have magical ability themselves.
they do not have the same awakened will as you do, but they're not as close-minded as a sleeper. This is a common dive bar for many mages who come together to speak in more private terms.
So, is this like a graduation party of some sort, or much later?
It could be. It is, however, you guys want to start. The scene has started, and you are now playing. Role play
In that case, if it's a graduation thing, Bob is at the goddamn bar, partying as much as he can and as much as this little place will allow. He is on his 3rd shot at least, and he's passing them out to the people he knows best.
Do we
Jessica's
have
sitting by him, but not drinking all that
I was
much.
gonna say, do we have our own table, just the 6 of us?
You do have your own booth.
Yay!
The bar is a quieter location. Obviously, it's not like people going there to socialize with other people, but there's a certain amount of leeway given to individuals known as members of the Cult of Ecstasy. And Robert's not the person who's gonna come in and start interrupting other people's conversations. So you guys have your own privacy in a public bar.
Swanky.
Cool.
As long as you aren't like screaming what you're saying, nobody's really paying attention to what you're saying.
All right.
In that case, I'm actually gonna retcon it. Since we all have our little private table and whatnot, Bob has probably been up at the bar and getting drinks for everybody at that table, and he's just coming back with them now.
That's a good idea, actually.
I've
So-
ordered just a glass of water.
Sawyer,
You are.
Here you go, designated driver.
Well, someone's got to be the designated driver.
You know they have these things called waiters that end up delivering drinks. You don't have to go up and do it every time.
You know you got legs, right?
Yeah, no.
Sawyer will take his glass of, well, for lack of a better word, wine. Well, they probably don't have a large selection, so he just goes with the house brand. Will take his glass and stand up and ding a spoon against it and goes, well then, I think it is time to officially congratulate all of us for leaving school. Again.
I'll
Woo!
drink to that.
Now that I think about it, I've probably been in school for most of my life at this point, so why stop here?
Man, if Dad could see me now,
Oh yeah, in a seedy bar
he'd
with a
be
bunch
like,
of
"What?"
people he
He'd
doesn't
be
know.
like,
Oh, you
"What the
say
heck are you
again.
doing?" They would
What?
also wonder what the heck
Technically,
you
for
mean
me,
by
it's my
magic.
first time.
Man,
Anyone for a game of poker?
I'm in.
no,
I'm all in.
not against you or Bob for that matter.
Oh, come on.
Well,
What do you got to lose?
I
I
gotta
don't
keep
s-
my
I don't see why not.
I gotta keep
Yeah.
on my game for my job.
So
Wait, I
let's
gotta
ask.
go on, Hoot. Please go.
No, I don't see why not.
A
Let's
nice,
ask the bartender
fair,
for.
even game. Wink,
God
wink, nudge, nudge.
Damn it, Ben.
Oh my god, Ben. Quit interrupting.
Sorry.
Not 5 minutes in. Anyway, Sawyer basically just says, "Well, I don't see why not. Let's ask the bartender for a deck of cards."
And I'll pull out the cards from my bag. I've already got a pair.
Yes, I know.
Here.
That's why I said let's ask the bartender for one.
Oh, come
Look,
on.
you're
Quit
welcome
being
to
so
trick them if you
suspicious.
like.
Wait, guys, I got a question.
Huh?
Are we
Shoot.
all gonna stick together after this? I mean, we've all kind of quote unquote graduated.
I mean, I don't see why we
I
wouldn't.
don't see why not.
Well,
I'd like to keep sticking with you guys. You're a lot of fun.
Not like we have anything better to do.
well, I was planning on going back into practice, although I can probably lengthen my sabbatical a bit more.
You could always just move your practice here.
He
Bob
looks
will
out.
just slowly turn and look at Adam. And he will go, you do know what he does, right?
Sawyer just looks
Actually, I haven't
at.
talked to him that much, so no.
Sawyer just looks at him and goes, "I'd rather not do that."
Okay. Anyways,
have
I'll
a-
go get the cards.
You already
It is-
have the cards in your hand.
Yeah.
But you wanted
Are
me
you
to go
trying-
and get them from the bar.
I prefer an
Are you trying to
unmarked
dodge
deck.
this entire conversation again?
I prefer an unmarked deck. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can go up and get a deck of cards. The bartender just kind of smiles when he sees you guys like purposely sandbagging the virtual adept when he pulls out cards.
Well, you know what? Sawyer will get up and get the deck of cards since it was kind of his, his idea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's
In
gonna-
other words, you're gonna find a way to rig them.
The
Okay.
bartender, who has yet to actually say anything, will smile and hand you the deck of cards.
Do I know his name?
He is not given a name.
Damn it.
His name is Bob. Nobody.
Hey,
His name is.
uh,
He very much has the visual. He very much has like the visual appearance of like the Wild Western fucking bartender with a handlebar mustache. And the
Okay,
vest and
okay.
everything. He
No,
seems
no,
to be
then-
perpetually like either cleaning the same glass or wiping down the bar.
Okay, in
Nice.
that case,
Bob's
wait. In that
Okay.
case, Sawyer will take the deck of cards and go, thank you very much, barkeep, and then go back.
Bob's been to the bar more than a couple of times. Would he know what the bartender's name is?
No.
Oh.
Doesn't have a name.
Bob
For
knows
good
that
reason,
nobody knows what
probably.
the barkeeper's name is. He doesn't say shit. He is, however, many will comment on his mannerisms and politeness.
Okay, so
Wow, he's
he's
so polite.
a very polite mute man.
He has such nice mannerisms.
But wait, if we're gonna stick together, are we gonna, do a thing? Since we
What do you
know
mean by
magic
that?
now?
What kind of thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, what you got in mind?
Well, back in my
That-
day, as he comes back with the pair of cards. Back in my day, we just went on a month-long trip to Europe and back. It was quite enlightening. Just saying it like it's the
And-
most normal thing in the world.
Oh,
Not everyone can afford that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
I wouldn't mind going to Europe. Haven't tried that yet.
Why do we need to go to Europe?
Oh, well, the
It-
arts and the festivals, the wine.
Oh,
Fantastic.
and the
And
museum.
you can't get none of that stuff right here in town.
Oh, but just think of all the museums we could visit.
The opera.
Again, you can't get any of that stuff right here in town.
Oh, come
I've been to the
on.
museum
Bob
here.
will fling an arm around Dan. What the fuck is your character called again?
Adam.
Adam. Bob will fling an arm around Adam's shoulders and go, come on, Adam, live a little. You never been to Europe? Gotta try it.
It's very interesting that the first card I pulled out of this tarot deck that was sitting next to me was the Fool. The beginning of
Nice.
the journey.
Beautiful.
Not
Nice.
that surprising.
I'm pretty sure we can't play poker with those.
No,
Can't play poker with tarot cards.
Sawyer will slide the
know,
deck
have you
I would
of
tried
certainly
yet?
try.
okay. Sawyer will slide the deck of cards over to Bob.
Bob will start mixing and he'll cut the cards and all that stuff, and then he'll just nonchalantly start handing out dealing to anyone who wants to join.
Yeah, I'll join in.
Boo boo.
Yes. Also, I would like
And-
to use awareness to try and see if anyone's using entropy to fuck with the cards.
All right, so
to
you'd
make
be
the,
using
to
a
make the
road.
cards dead.
So what you're doing is essentially using a skill to perform a road. I'm not gonna like look at all your fucking instruments, but how exactly are you performing this road?
The Ace of
I'm just
Spades.
trying to use a skill here.
Yep.
So just
But,
trying
like-
to.
How are you using one of your instruments to use this skill? I'm
Uh,
not like boiling down to you. I'm just trying to get you guys used to describing the. I'm just wanting you guys to get used to like doing certain shit.
Oh, I
Describing
just-
describing the visuals of what you're doing.
I guess I'm going to look around with my eyes at everyone and see if there's doing anything that would be. If they would be doing weird stuff that could be possibly using to cast a spell themselves.
I mean, I probably have my phone in one hand, but I'm
All
not
right, do you want
doing
like an
anything with it.
easy like fucking slow ball here, Van?
Yeah, let's go with an easy slow ball here, since clearly we're not meeting on the same point.
You could use like eye contact and say that you're looking into people's eyes and trying to get a read on them, or like using social dominance and like using force of
I don't have
personality.
social dominance as an instrument, but
Isn't
actually I
that? You have a
do.
right-
Yeah, I do. I
You
forgot
could
about
use
that.
like eye contact or something. It doesn't have to be like super obvious.
Well, I did say the eye contact thing, but
Yeah.
I guess kind of.
So rolling back to primary, do you actually use a rote, since this is going to be a covert effect, because it's not obviously magical, you are simply perceiving the uses of entropy around you.
Right.
This is going to be a covert effect. The base difficulty for a covert spell is 3, plus the highest rating sphere in the rote. So because this is simply a rote 1 effect, this is going to be a difficulty of 4. So you're going to roll your Arte stat, and if you roll a 4 or higher, you will succeed.
Okay.
Cool.
Jessica's
Uh,
just sitting back and watching all this with her little light beer.
Mhm.
So I'm just
Yeah,
rolling
Charles
a
is
D6,
probably
okay.
drinking something
Rolling a
similar,
D10.
not really wanting
Well,
to get
what can
super
we?
drunk.
So what can we do with like?
9.
What can I do with one sphere of mind?
Perceive people's emotions, read auras.
Oh.
What can you do with one sphere of entropy?
Well, beyond like use any sphere can be used to detect the use of another sphere. Like one sphere of entropy, you can perceive chance.
Cool.
You can perceive weaknesses.
I like that.
Another very important one for when Ban wants to like try and fucking murder somebody.
Yes. So yeah, I rolled a 9.
Yay! Your rote will succeed.
Okay, good stuff.
Alright, was anyone trying to fuck with the cards? Bob isn't.
I'm not.
I'm just playing a simple game of cards.
Jessica ain't doing jack shit, but watching him.
You're
I'm
not
so I'm
playing?
so tempted to say I did, but no. I have no interest in cheating in a friendly game of poker.
I don't think anyone does.
Yes.
These are our school buds. We don't need to cheat.
Or you
Exactly.
cheat as hard as you can because these are your
Yeah.
school buds.
Yeah, there's
That
no in
too.
Just
between.
one of the two.
Are we playing about money?
Not so far.
Then I
We
haven't even
haven't-
The
I-
worst
I-
part is that
I
with
figured
one
we
dot of
weren't.
entropy, Ban has become the best poker player in the world
Well, shit.
because he can predict dice throws, the next drawn of cards. Apparently, at random events, he can predict these things.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, shit. That means
How
I
do
can
I-
too.
How would I detect him using that?
You would use like, all right, so he is not using an outward effect. He's not manipulating strands.
Yeah.
So you would actually want to use a prime one effect to witness him actually using magic to either see him pulling at threads, or use like a mind one effect to aura read him and see
Okay.
that there is sparkles in his aura and he's
Well, I
doing
do have
magic.
I do have
Oh,
mind.
I wasn't
so-
really doing that. I was trying to, make sure other people were doing magic.
Yes, but whenever you're using, but you're still doing a rote for that. So if somebody looked at your aura while you're currently doing this, they will see that there is currently magic active in your.
Would I have to roll for that?
Yes, that would in fact you being casting a rote.
All right, so I wanna.
I thought that was just using a skill, but okay.
And
so
I
I'm
will
basically-
also use mine.
So we're all basically doing the
I
same
understand
thing.
that you're using a skill band, but I also
Yeah.
wanted to like get people used to doing certain things.
Yeah, so we're basically all doing the same thing. We're trying to find out if the others are cheating.
Sweet.
Right.
So what do I need to roll a
do
D10?
we-
Well, first describe how you're casting your rote.
Well, I look around the table. What's fun? Spying into like the open minds of everything. If there's some clear sign that someone is willing to cheat.
Define how basically when you're casting your rote, define how you use your fucking instruments.
Well, I would probably scribble a couple runes on like a receipt I have lying around.
So you're doing like mathematics.
Pretty much.
I think you actually have that. Like, do you? Yeah, you do.
I have
Or you
symbols.
don't.
and
But
stuff.
you have something similar to that. Yeah, you're good.
Nice.
Okay.
Calculate the odds that someone is cheating on you.
Okay, so D10.
It's 110%. Oh shit.
4.
You will manage to make the spell succeed. So you're using all right, so this is the part where you actually describe the mechanics of what you're doing. Like after you finish describing the thing, then you describe the actual mechanics of what you do. So you write your runes. So you just like scribble some small runes onto the receipt, writing down a word of power.
Yeah.
And what effect are you trying to perform?
Oh god, what is the name of that? I'm literally just trying to pick up any open thoughts about, well, cheating someone.
So you're doing a mind one rote to read an aura, basically.
I guess, yeah.
All right then. Let me look up the. All right. 1 second. Let me look at mine real quick. There's actually like a list of different things you can read in auras, but I don't think it's actually in Mage 20, the chart, which makes me sad.
Aw.
That's okay.
You can sense thoughts and emotions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Makes my feelings sad.
Perception, psychic powers. You can conceal thoughts. Conceal and alter aura. You can see auras. I don't think it actually has a list of stuff, which makes me sad. It doesn't actually have the list of things. All right. So in the future, I'm going to put up a small handout
Okay.
that actually has a list of the different colors that you see in auras. Because when you actually see somebody's aura, you're not like getting definitive things. You're seeing colors and things twisting and whatnot.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I read about
Yeah,
that. I get
number,
that.
yeah. I remember, somewhere in the Mage. I'll try and look it up in the book.
Yeah.
I remember reading about. I can't
I do
read
too.
I can't read minds and thoughts, but I can like gain intent. Vague stuff.
Mine one is basically reading auras.
Yeah.
So as of right now, you're currently seeing that there, in Ban's auras, there are glitters and sparkles, which denotes that he is currently using magic. What he is doing right now, you can't tell, but he is performing a magical effect.
Literally using magic.
He currently has an active magical effect.
I'm gonna make a mental note of this,
Here
but
it is,
not.
under right above the thing of common magical effects.
I'm gonna make a mental note of, but not outright accuse him of cheating. Because
Yep.
let's see how the game goes.
Otherwise, you can see whatever like most obvious emotions he is feeling, which would be up to him.
So let's see how the game goes. I'm not gonna like jump up and accuse. No. Although
J'accuse.
it would be kind of in
Shit, I
character.
agree.
It would be kind of in character to do that, but I won't. I learned patience. I learned some sort of patience over the last 3 years.
Congratulations.
Ace of spades.
Jesus, Coops.
Oh yeah.
I like
So,
the
yeah,
curl of the handgun.
I do kind of expect him to try to cheat, but I may be wrong.
Wow.
Well, look, I may be wrong, but I might be right. Let's see.
Who knows?
Exactly. So that's me at the start of the game. What about the rest?
Hmm.
I mean, I'm just gonna play this normally, so
Uh,
Oh, Crow.
can I use force to sense magic?
What? You can use
I
aura to
use
sense
force to
magic.
just sense like the presence of someone using magic?
I mean, you can. What? Could you repeat that again?
Can I use force to sense magic?
You can use force to detect other uses of force.
Okay. Then I will use.
If you
I'll
literally
use it-
just
I'll
tell
use
me that you're
entropy.
using a force 1 route, I'm going to reach across the screen and punch you in the dick. How are you doing magic? I will
No,
keep
no.
saying this until this gets into somebody's fucking head. How are you
Because
doing
I-
your magic?
I want to see if somebody else. I want to see if anybody else is using magic.
So same as me.
No. I don't
Says-
care about the effect. I care about the cause, Effie. How are you doing magic?
Are you like eye
Oh,
doing
my-
eye contact or?
No, I get
Fuck
it.
are you using your instruments?
I get it.
Are you surfing on the web right now?
You've put
There's
it.
a reason. So there's a reason I have my phone in my hand, and I'm waiting for an alert to pop up on the phone to tell me if someone's doing magic or not.
I like that.
That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is.
good enough.
Bzz, bzz, this person's fucking cheating.
Bzz, 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 alert, alert, alert. All right, that's going to be. All right, so that's going to be a. Well, first now, so you've described the cool bit. You've described how you're using your instruments to do a thing. Now,
Right.
what spheres are you going to use to make an effect happen?
I guess that would be entropy.
Well, what are you? All right, so what are you? What is the effect you're trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to see if anybody's either messing with the cards or if anybody's trying to read anybody else's mind.
Okay. Then this is going to be an extended effect. So because you have entropy, mind, and time, this would be, say, an entropy, mind, time effect.
Okay.
If you want to make a note of this rote in particular, you can go over to your rote section and and note down like this is what the rote required. This is what
Oh
it
yeah,
was
I
called.
wanted to ask about that. Should we write that down in advance or not?
You can write down whatever you want there.
Okay. So it's just an idea list
so it's-
basically.
Yeah.
Alright.
So is entropy.
Rotes is like, this is an effect that you can accomplish with these spheres.
No, I know. It's just asking for the sheet.
I'm gonna call this the anti-poker spell. Or
So
the-
you're going to want to write down that it is entropy 1, mind 1, and time 1. And describe how it is used by your character.
you said
if you
entropy,
want to
mind,
act-
and time.
Yes.
Yep. Because you're monitoring, because you're leaving an extended effect that is both examining chance and mind.
It's not bad. You basically made a magical algorithm that can tell you if someone is cheating.
Quite literally, there is an app for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I like that idea.
It
That's
is.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
well
You're
done.
now starting to understand like the concept of virtual adepts. So what you're going to do is roll your arate. This is a covert effect that has the highest level rating of 1. So that means it's going to be difficulty 4. So you're going to roll your arate as your test pool, and if you get a 4 or higher, a 4 or higher is a success
Okay, so I just roll straight D10.
Mhm.
because you're an arate 1.
Got it. Ba-ba. 5.
You will succeed. You'll be able to tell if somebody is cheating.
Sweet.
Okay.
Well, you'll be able to tell if a entropy or a mind rote goes off.
So you sense my stuff.
Mhm.
You will get 2 alerts that there is a rote that somebody is inspecting auras coming from the direction of Hoon, or I'm
Okay.
sorry, coming from the direction of Sawyer, and there is another person reading entropy effects coming from Adam's direction.
They're just reading. They're just reading them. They're not actually like trying to mess with anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. I think I want to do something too. So you said
Yo.
that yo. So
What up,
you
bitch?
said that Prime could be used to see what like kind of magic was going on, right?
Yep.
Alright. So would I be able to use Prime to figure out what spheres the others were using?
Yes. You could use Prime as essentially like sea magic.
Okay. Well, as Bob deals out and finishes giving everybody their cards, he is going to very subtly just lift one hand and scratch himself in the neck, where he's got a little eye tattoo. He's gonna be using art to do a prime 1 road, was it?
Rote.
To see which spheres are being activated around him by other people.
All right. That is going to be difficulty 4, because again, it is a covert rote.
Alrighty. Let's see.
I will label this as the anti-gambler app.
Ah, damn! I don't do anything.
All right. The rote will fail to come to effect. However, fortunately, you didn't roll a 1, so nothing bad happened.
Yay! Why am I the first and the only one who fails?
Because it's funny.
Because entropy, I guess.
Jeez.
All right. And
But you know, I'm just gonna change that to the Magic Alert app.
I love that your character sheet is basically just now app for that.
It's
not
just,
even trying.
it's just a list of apps. Eventually, I'm just gonna run out of space on my phone. I'll have to buy a second phone.
I like it.
No, you need to
Yeah,
upgrade
that's
the
just kind
memory.
of a pain.
Just upgrade
Yeah,
the memory.
cancel
Alright.
out.
Just download more RAM.
So, if you look
So-
in the handout section, in the actual like handout folder, you will find a list of auras.
Ah, delightful.
This is what in the future I'll be giving you colors from if somebody tries to read an aura, and you can go and
Cool.
I like the little paw symbol.
and White Wolf stuff.
Yes.
I got this straight up from the fucking wiki.
Ah,
Nice.
Yeah.
There is stuff missing from here, so it is entirely possible that you will eventually see things in auras that you have no idea what it is, that is not on this list because you do not know.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
What if you're
It should
colorblind?
also be on page of the book. It was
Wait, what if you're colorblind? You don't know what red looks like.
507.
What?
What?
Oh my god, they actually have the list of auras! That's awesome! Thank you, man.
Welcome.
Hey, nice.
I completely missed that. Thank you!
You're welcome.
Fucking
Oh
sick.
yeah, cool. What what if you're colorblind? You don't know what like red or green looks like. Well, you do that.
Yeah, if you're
You'll
red,
be,
green,
you'll be
colorblind.
able to tell. There are
Oh.
blind mages who do that, who like see auras and they tell by sense. Weirdly enough, it's all strange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is the whole like aura thing is very much like the mind's eye kind of thing. You don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind
Right.
by opening your third eye.
Besides, red and green seem to be rather
Ooh.
similar in terms of emotions, so whatever.
Yes, actually. Thank you for finding this.
You're welcome.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's neat. I have to remember the page. 500 something.
What page is it?
507.
507.
Yeah.
Yes.
It starts at page 502 magical reference charts.
No, this is all stuff you're gonna want to have on hand.
Yeah.
This is all useful.
Wonderful. Anyway, while we are playing cards, Sawyer will put down his glass of wine and get out a what's the word? A napkin and scribble some more runes on it. Like very sloppily, actually. Like something he has done 100 times before.
Yeah, he's chicken scratching right now.
Basically, and I want to use a where is it?
But I don't want to be scratched.
I want to use entropy to heighten my sense of smell and taste to make the wine taste better.
That would be a life effect.
Okay, life then.
Do you have life?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you can do that.
All right. It's gonna use life for that.
You
then.
enriching
Perfect.
you're enriching your taste buds so you can perceive more flavors.
Well, yeah, it's rather cheap wine, but it's not awful. But it could be a bit better, so I make it a bit better in my mind.
Yeah.
I
That
kind of
just-
want to try another prime roll to see if I can sense that.
Yeah. So I just sip
assuming-
it.
Am I still getting alerts for things? Every time
Not
somebody
well.
uses
Yes, you're
something?
getting alert. Your road is still in effect, Zeppy. However, that is not one of the things that your road would detect.
That would be prime, wouldn't it?
I mean, you could design another route for it, but yes, chicken, you could also perform a route effect if you think that he has performed magic.
Sweet.
So he
yeah,
will.
I'm gonna do the same thing because
So while they do that,
So,
Okay,
in
now
fact,
you
if
guys
what
are
you guys
testing
want
me.
to do, if I could get you guys to do something, I'd like you all to roll perception plus alertness versus Hoon's, let's say, subterfuge plus manipulation. Both of you are rolling for difficulty 7. This is going to be an opposed test.
what do
Wait,
I have
is
to
this
roll? Another
everybody?
Perception plus alertness.
So
Is this
mine
everybody
would be
or-
So if I have-
Anybody who thinks they might reasonably see this.
Okay. So
I
what do I have
nothing
to
in
roll?
alertness, so I just have my 2 in perception. So what do I roll
The
there?
difficulty is what now?
The difficulty is going to be 6. This is an opposed roll.
Okay,
So, anyways,
there we go.
How do we?
God damn it! If you guys would stop asking, I would start telling you. So, you perform your test by taking the 2 test pools I just told you about. So, for those who are trying to notice this is alertness plus perception.
Okay.
You take that number and then roll that many d10s. And if you not have a skill, then you just roll that stat. And in Hoon's case, he's going to be rolling subterfuge plus manipulation.
I have neither, I think.
You have manipulation. That's a fucking stat.
Jesus.
Jesus
Oh, right over there.
Christ,
Sorry.
yes.
Uh,
Fuck
I
me.
have alertness and perception maxed out.
Okay.
Oh,
what's the
okay.
what's the
Fucking
difficulty-
hell.
What's the difficulty, Connor?
Okay. The difficulty is 6.
6. Okay.
All right, so let's roll back a second. You're all gonna roll your fucking things.
4.
Yeah, I got a 13. Does that mean I pass?
I got 15.
No, I'm not adding the dice together.
So
Okay.
Oh.
manipulation.
Like I said, you're looking for the dice particular in what they rolled. So if you rolled a 6 or higher, you got a success.
All right.
Okay.
One
So
success.
yeah,
I got
Connor.
4 10s.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Connor, I have 3
Yes.
in manipulation and 0 in subterfuge. So I roll 3 or 40
Three,
10.
you'd be rolling 3 dice because your manipulation plus your subterfuge is 3.
Okay.
Wait, I think I did that wrong.
Well, 1 success.
All right, so
I
you got
think.
1 success. So anybody who
chicken.
got 2 or more successes than you succeeded.
Oh, yeah, I randomly added 6 dice in there on accident.
I only got one
somehow.
Also,
success. I didn't succeed.
I
Coops.
got 2.
What?
Jesus.
All right. So if you have a specialty that you think would apply to that role, either from your
Oh, there you go.
ability or attribute, then those 10s count as 2 successes.
I have a sharp senses and perception.
That would count. So you got, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, fucking 10 successes. Fucking
Hey.
God.
Shit.
How do you guys?
She sees all.
How are you doing the macro things?
You can click them on your sheets at the bottom of the first bullet point on the second tab.
Where you
There's
see
a thing of
5.
dice pools. You could just put the attribute thing in the attributes column, the ability
Yeah.
thing in the ability column. Push the
It's-
dice button next to it, and it kind of
Yeah.
It's-
The DP mod just put a 0. That's why I accidentally rolled like a lot more die than I was supposed to the first time I did that because I thought that was like the difficulty or something.
So what's the
Right.
DP mod?
I don't know. It
Dice
looks like it
pool
just
modifier.
adds. Yeah, it looks like it adds extra things. I
Oh.
thought it was like difficulty, whatever.
No, there's a second difficulty one.
And difficulty is
Yeah, I
6,
noticed.
right?
Difficulty
Yeah.
is 6 for both parties.
Yeah. So, if you,
So Hund is the defender in this test. So for
I only
anybody
got
who
one
got more
success.
successes than for anybody who got more successes than Hund, you have succeeded, and you've noticed that he is writing something down on his fucking piece of paper. Coops, you got 10 fucking successes. You can see what was on the fucking piece of paper. You can
Oh, there we
see
go.
what's on the fucking wall behind you. You can see where you can see the fucking like fractures in the graphite of the pencil that he's writing with. And you
Okay.
notice like an intricate detail, like the exact tones and shade of what he's writing on the piece of paper. It's this weird runic shit that's all like fancy and Order of Hermes-y.
I'm just trying to get drunk.
And so for those of you who noticed and would like to make an intelligence plus esoterica roll, you might be able to notice that he is actually using some form of magic.
I don't want to make
Oh,
that
I'm sorry,
roll
it would
if I
be
could pass.
intelligence plus occult.
Okay.
Oh, plus a cult.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
So,
I mean, either way, it's
Oh,
And difficulty 6 still.
Yes. D10s, and it is
Hey.
your intelligence plus your occult. The difficulty would be 7.
all right. Then. I didn't make it.
7. In that
I-
case, I still get 2.
I got nothing.
I still kind of lean in and quietly ask what he's doodling.
well,
Are we really doing magic? I thought this was just a friendly game. Like, we're not
Oh my
even
god, you're
betting
mages.
money.
When aren't you doing magic in a friendly game?
I
To try and keep it fair. That was
Oh.
the idea.
anyway, she was talking to me, I think. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna slide the napkin over, which is like full of really weird runes and like obscure bullshit. It's probably a demon name in there, like whatever.
Hello, sir.
Just a minor demon of getting shit faced. Her
Checks
symbol
out.
is the dick butt. No, I slide over the napkin and goes, enhances the taste nerves. Makes even this wine world class. You ought to try it.
I'm getting drunk.
So
Actually,
from
no, that
cat
does
piss
sound.
to world class. Neat. Remind me to
I'm
bring
going
you
to-
to more bars.
I'm going to
Yeah, you should.
wait. I'm going to kind of hush him on that. My friend, you never call the drinks in any bar cat piss while in the bar. It's bad etiquette.
Jessica just snickers. You should probably show that one to Bob and slide the napkin back. Also, your pencil is about to break.
Oh dear.
You might want to lighten up the pressure you're applying.
You're holding your pencil wrong. You fucking nerd.
You fuck.
You're useless.
10 successes! You're holding your pencil!
She's like the Gordon Ramsay of calligraphy.
Yeah.
Look at this napkin. It's fucking raw. No.
Just fucking beat you with a ruler.
This eye's so crooked. It's no longer straight. It's goddamn gay.
This napkin is so raw, I could
I'm-
still turn it into a sapling.
I look at the I look at the pencil. I look at the pencil, noting the obviously weakened graphite stick that comes out of it. Wondering to myself, why didn't I just use a normal pen like any other regular person instead of the pretentious fuck that I apparently am?
Well, obviously, it's
Because
you're
because
pretentious
you like
fuck.
to erase your mistakes.
And then no, it's probably because I wrote on a napkin, so using an ink pen would probably not work. You know, it would be kind of terrible for rune drawing. Yeah, I look at the pencil and say, it's about time I learn how to affect the stability, the affect physical things like that.
Would you like a Sharpie instead?
Does that matter?
I imagine it's one of those fancy graphite sticks where you like replace the things inside. Like you can't actually sharpen them.
Oh, like a mechanical pencil?
Pretty much. Like
Did you just
really.
call a mechanical pencil fancy?
Oh, he would have a fancy
Yes.
one, all monogrammed and shit,
Oh, right.
I mean, you
Like-
can have
like gold-
fancy ones.
like gold inlays with his family name on it.
I can see that.
Anyway,
You
he-
should
Jessica
probably
leans
add that
back
to
and
your gear.
Jessica leans back and continues to observe with uncanny abilities.
so I'm gonna add that to my thing. Yeah.
I'm the eyeball
God,
wizard.
fucking killing it already on a fucking alertness roll.
That wasn't even magic.
I have perception and alertness and other things related to it all maxed out. She's the
Okay.
eyeball wizard.
Jesus Christ. Oh, anyway, I will sip my still mediocre wine, but to my tastes now, beautifully tasting.
Beautifully seasoned.
Oh yeah.
Beautifully
And
seasoned.
and continue playing my hand, which is terrible, by the way. I'm obviously not cheating.
For those who actually want to like roll to see how well you do in the game,
Yeah.
you'll
Oh,
want
sure.
to roll your manipulation plus your subterfuge, shall we say, unless somebody
man.
wants to use a skill in a different fashion.
Cool.
Oh man.
I mean, sure, why
I'm
not?
just going to. I'm still just doing this as normal.
I'm
Unless somebody actually has the gambling skill.
no.
I don't think so.
I don't have that, I'm pretty sure.
All right,
really
then this
feel
is
like
all
I
going to
should've
be
put
a manipulation plus subterfuge, difficulty 7.
Right.
Cool. That's 0 and 0, I think.
Whoa,
Oh, hey, I did
Jesus! Well, never mind.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
doing
that's
good.
just a 2. Cool.
Oh heck!
I failed.
I got
And this is
3
a group-
successes.
7.
And this is a group competitive test.
Bam!
All
Love
right,
it.
then.
You against me then. Man.
Yeah, as it's turning out, this is turning out to be a game between fucking the Titans slugging it out of Sawyer and Adam.
Yep. Hey, I got a 10.
Yay! Do you have any specialties that would apply?
Nope.
Get the fuck out. That's a single success.
Woohoo! One success.
Hey, you did
Look.
just as good as I did, my dude.
My dude.
My dude.
Hey, look, I only have one. I only had one dice for that. One dot of manipulation.
And you people are terrible liars.
Yeah.
It's like fucking watching a kid
Decent
getting his
enough.
hand caught in the cookie jar. The cookie jar.
The Chucky
Look,
jar.
Leo's usually the dealer. He doesn't usually play poker.
Oh my god. So yeah, do we roll again to find out who wins?
Oh yeah, now it's like a fucking game between. It's a face-off between you two. See who wins. It's the final countdown.
Well,
Sorry.
Sawyer, noting that he has quite a good hand in hand, will sip the last of his wine in one go, set the card down, and set the glass down, and put the cards on the table, just flaring them out, and go, read them and weep.
Is
Now,
this still the
normally,
first
I-
hand or the second or the
Normally, I
face-off
would have
hand, or-
normally I would have gone with I'm going all in, but we're not playing about money. So,
I do, in fact, fake weep for a little bit, seeing how beat I am.
so
Aw.
do I roll the
Alright,
same
so-
subterfuge again? Or
Yeah, this is gonna be the final hand. You would actually probably want to save that whole scene for after the roll happens and you know who won. Because all that is happening, really the dice is just to help decide where the scene goes, and you guys can narrate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you
So
know
I
what?
guess I'll
This
second
is
roll then.
this is more in character actually that I'm so sure I'm gonna win. I just go all out.
Oh, that's it.
Final
Perfect.
poker.
And
Oh.
we tied again.
God damn it!
Do you have any specialties you think might apply to this? Manipulation or subterfuge? Do you even have manipulation or subterfuge?
I have manipulation on a 3, but not
Yeah.
subterfuge.
I have manipulation on a 3 as well, but I don't have any specialties.
Me neither.
I have manipulation on 2. That doesn't really apply.
You're watch. All right, so the outside, this is actually like one of the most intense matches you've ever seen. To like a professional gambler, to a professional gambler, these people are like floundering around like idiots.
Yeah.
Bob is narrating the entire thing like it's a golf match.
It's a very boring.
I'm over here.
No,
I'm still-
really intense. Like he's got this low voice going on.
Suppose
And
one more
it's,
time,
it's
Ben.
like
Tied
The
poker.
the combatants are staring each other down. Who's going
So you guys want to make
win?
another contested roll?
Yeah. Bam!
Sudden death poker.
Can I?
Come on, Hood. Tie it up again.
Could I try?
Final
Do it.
matches.
Okay, could I try to? No, fuck it. I already put the cards up. Whatever.
Hey, Connor,
What?
could I try and make? Could I try and make it so that they wind up in a tie again?
I don't
How are
think
you doing it?
can.
With entropy?
Well, you can't manipulate. You can't manipulate effects yet.
You can only see patterns. You can't like
Yeah.
change them.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Predict them.
You
but
can only see the matrix. You can't do anything with it yet.
Got
Could
it.
I? Could I use psychology and my science thing to fake
Do
him
it.
out into thinking I have a better card than I have?
You could say use like again
wanna-
like manipulation.
I want to bluff basically.
Well,
I
you
thought
could
it was
like
literally what we
use
simulated.
empathy plus manipulation in an attempt to get a read on him,
Let's
which
see.
will give you an advantage on your next roll.
You know what? Let's do that. Empathy and
All right, so it'll be manipulation plus empathy, and
Okay.
Ben, you're going to be rolling your manipulation plus subterfuge to resist.
All right.
I would rule at that roll.
Fuck. Difficulty 6, by the way, for both of you.
so 5 successes.
God damn.
Yes.
All right. Difficulty 6. And 1 success.
All right then.
I still have a sudden death poker hand of 3.
How strong
Do
does
it.
he believe in winning? Like,
Essentially, you're
very
getting a
much.
read on him, so this will give you an advantage.
okay.
It is called a complementary roll.
All right.
So because you got like fucking 5 successes, you're going to reduce the difficulty of this next roll by 3. So when you both roll off, Ben's rolling for 7s, you're going to be rolling for 4s.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that with sudden death poker, so yes.
So it's another manipulation plus subterfuge then?
Yeah, it's going to be another fucking roll. You guys are rolling the same test. However, you have the
Ah.
advantage.
Ah.
That's a shame. Oh
Darn.
well. I tried.
Ooh. I did not think I was going to win that one.
I was really hoping it would wind up in a tie again.
So, okay, I can't see the next roll. Ben, roll.
So that we could go into
Oh.
sudden ultra death.
Did you
It
roll,
was,
Ben?
Oh.
I did. It was sudden death poker.
Okay. I can't see anything.
Oh,
He
It's
rolled
just
a
roll
3.
20.
He had
above
3
the-
successes and I had 1.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, then Ben, you win. You guys can narrate how this goes.
All right.
Do it.
I guess after Sawyer does his flashy display of read it and weep, it's like, okay. I'll put down like a freaking, I guess not a royal flush, but some sort of flush.
Straight flush?
He
He puts down 4. He just puts down 4 aces.
No,
Yes.
5.
Like, freaking poker hand.
No,
Ah.
obviously he puts down 6.
Obviously.
He puts down 10.
No, here's the thing. He puts on 5 asses, but they're all 5 different colors somehow. I never even heard of that symbol. What is that?
That suit.
No, 4 aces and an
Suits, yeah.
Uno card.
He puts down a
The joke.
blue
No,
eyes white dragon.
You guys know how fucking poker works?
actually, I kind of
Yeah.
want. Look, I kind of want that. Like he puts on 4 aces and a white-eyed dragon, a blue-eyed dragon. Oh shit!
Oh my fucking
I
God.
lost.
It's the Joker.
So
Instead of having actual poker cards, he just puts down all 5 pieces of Exodius.
actually. Yeah, and Sawyer's on the other. Nani? And freeze frame. No,
Nani?
okay. How about that? He puts down 4 aces and the rules card for poker.
Yes.
Well, I
You
guess
don't have 5 cards in your hand.
I guess I win.
In Texas Hold'em, you have like 3.
You have 2 cards.
Who actually in Texas
Fair
Hold'em.
enough.
All right.
We're just trying to be
So,
funny.
like, your opponent throws down like a flush, and then Ben rolls out with like 4 of a kind,
Yeah.
like 4 2s.
Wow, that would be terrible.
Yes.
So I look at my cards, look at his cards, groan a bit. Yeah. I'm gonna need another glass of wine. Anyone else?
I'm still craving my scotch.
I've never seen this many die rolls go into a game of fucking poker.
That's
Jessica.
when it mattered.
Take a
With
sip
Give
of,
me.
another sip of beer or whatever it was.
Look, this is still a tutorial level where we just
Yeah.
roll for bullshit.
Jessica raises her hand a little bit. She'll take some wine. She already finished her light beer.
Okay, I'm going. So I'm going to the.
Did I drive? I'm trying to figure out if I drove here or not. If I
Well,
have
you're the
my car.
designated driver, so I would guess
It is
yes.
within walking distance of the Chantry.
Yeah.
So we definitely drove.
Yeah, Absolutely.
No, you definitely drove Stinky.
All of you
I
left
won't.
at the same time. You watched Sawyer get into his car and then drive to the place 2 blocks away with the rest of you walked.
Yes.
I want to say no, but I actually like that image a lot.
And we got there
Just
before him
fucking
because he had to
Sawyer.
start up the car and then he had to find a parking lot.
I had to find a parking
parking
space
space.
for my big BMW. Giant fucking
I
It's like
would
car.
something
say-
European, like a fucking Ferrari.
No,
We
no,
had
it would
time-
no. It would
we had time
definitely
to
be
wait for you to leave. Then we all just got in my car. And
no.
left.
It would definitely be like a super large BMW, like a CEO variant, whatever.
Oh
so,
god.
Yeah.
so obnoxiously large.
Oh yeah, I can't find a parking space anywhere ever. But it doesn't matter because even if I park on the street, the car looks fabulous. Until it breaks down, and then I have to wait 2 months for replacement parts to arrive.
So yeah. Well, don't worry,
was
you'll
a
just
thing.
use one of your backup BMWs.
Here's the thing. No, I'm wealthy, but I'm not that wealthy, so I stick with one car. Like that's my limit for one
He's
car.
But
one
it's
car
a
wealthy.
nice
He's not.
one.
Oh dear, Papa's. Papa
Instead
needs
of-
new yacht. The old one's gone
It's-
wet.
Instead of buying a second car, I bought an apartment because that seemed like the more frugal option. Look, Sawyer is, rich. He doesn't get it otherwise. He doesn't get the normal
Yes.
life. Anyway, so I'm going to the bar.
Normies.
I'm going to the bar and order. Well, it was like who wanted one? I think Coops.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll
What was her
take
name?
Leo will also take a beer.
Yeah, Crow will also take another beer.
And then I order beer for the ones who want beer and wine for the rest. I just look
Fuck it. Bob will take
I'm
another
still
glass
on
of
my
scotch.
first thing, so
and scotch for Bob.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Considering I lost the card game, it's fair that I go get the drinks
Actually, you know what? Leo will go with whiskey.
and one whiskey. So I relay that to the barkeep.
Why
Wait a
you
bit.
being fancy?
Yes,
Get
wait
your
a bit
drinks.
and then return with the drinks.
Look, Leo's better at drinks than I am.
Can I? Okay, here's a question. Okay. Someone go on the phone. Damn it.
Sorry.
Can I use that flavor enhancing thing on the others?
Well, it is a level 1 rote. However, you would require whenever you want to use a rote on another individual that is not you, you need to have the principal sphere at 1 higher than necessary.
So
it'd be
I
a
can't.
level 2 rote.
Okay, so I can't. Well, I guess that's one for me then.
Hmm.
So I make my taste buds way better, and you others can, well, sip the subpar drivel that's being served here.
I don't know what you're talking about. Scotch is scotch no matter where you get it.
it's true of most
No,
things.
there is very different qualities of scotch.
That's probably right, but I don't drink.
How
Bob
much?
does, though.
Yeah.
I want to say, what if Bob just doesn't know? Like that one
Or
time.
if Bob's just completely demolished his taste buds by now.
Yeah, or like he does.
Yeah.
Like one time he found 20-year-old whiskey and threw it away because it was too old. Surely it went bad.
I think I'd fucking drive to where Chicken lives and fucking strangle her. Like for doing an in-character action, I would have to kill Chicken. I'd be honor bound to.
So anyway,
Well, fuck.
so I'll distribute the drinks. I do the rune thing again on a new napkin. Mostly because I'm not exactly sure how long that road lasts, because I haven't tested it. It's kind of newish.
Yay, time to
Just like a-
testing.
Just
And
like
when
a
I
little
said,
thing.
and I
Sorry.
said before I did this hundreds of times
Are you
already,
reading-
but it's still newish. I drink a lot. A lot.
I'm an
So you're-
alcoholic.
Not a lot.
That is my flaw, yeah. But yeah. I do the rune thing again just to be sure, basically. Wouldn't want it to, run out in the middle
Accidentally
of
taste
drinking.
normal stuff.
Yeah. Oh God, no. It's the worst.
It just runs out in the middle of drinking. It's like, oh, this is really good wine. Oh,
That's
it's
like-
a terrible wine.
That's like that's like Icarus flying too close to the sun. No, I don't want that. No, so I drink my wine, I sip on it, and then go. In all seriousness, though, what are all your plans now that we're finished with our, well, basic education?
I think I was going to go back home and continue on with the business, but with all I know now, I'm not quite sure. I kind of want to do something with this.
Yeah. I was thinking about
Yeah,
starting
and
a bar,
for some
but
reason, someone in my dorm just shouted, and that's happened like more than a few times, like every few days. I don't know what to do about it.
Shout back.
Mute
Is this
yourself
in
and shout
character or
back.
out of character?
shut up.
No, this is out of character. I don't know,
I was
man.
wondering because it could have been
Just-
both.
Just shout back. Also, that would be great
Just
in
like
character.
bust into his room, begin beating the shit out of him.
Mute yourself, shout back, and then go back into playing the game.
Yes.
Or yodel sensually in their general direction.
Anyway, back to where we were.
Yes. That's what we're doing.
Anyway,
We're trying to decide what we was going to do.
Yeah, I was,
I just
I was
ended up
thinking
doing
about
what I usually do. Try and keep on living.
Really? That sounds boring.
Hey, it's hot out there.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
look,
come on.
we should know this.
look, everything that I had was kind of thrown to the wayside when all this happened. So at this point, I'm just trying to make do and survive.
So, everything was thrown to the wayside, so start anew. Build yourself up again. Come on, buddy. You have
The education,
amazing
right?
opportunities in front of you now. Come on, you can do so much more than you could when you started.
listen, I'm sure
just
all of
gonna-
us
You're
could
just
chip
gonna-
in to help.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let this basic restart gonna completely cow you.
Yeah. Drinks again.
It's a new, fresh start. And I think you would be a fool to not grab this golden opportunity. I think anyone would be a fool to not grab this golden opportunity.
Become a brand new
I don't
person.
really think we have to grab anything. It feels like it was more thrust onto us, you know?
Just
Well,
gonna
you know
laugh.
what they say about things being thrust onto you. Bring a condom.
God
So
damn
what
it,
they
Bobber.
say.
Can we not?
What? No.
I mean, I'd like.
Wait.
Don't
mean,
try
I-
to be meaningful and sexual at the same time, Bob.
Wait.
Why not? It usually works out so well.
No, not with this group.
Damn it.
Just
Can we just
gonna take
avoid
more of
this?
her wine.
Why can I not put my dick in it?
I
Give
look
me
at.
one reason why I
Okay.
can't put my dick.
Wait a moment. I look over to Bob, perfectly ready to say something nice to what's his face?
Adam?
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 No, Adam was Ben's character, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Adam's my character, yes.
Yeah, I mean
Yes.
Bob
Livy's.
is chicken.
Ah.
Leo.
Leo.
Leo, apparently.
Yeah, I'm perfectly ready to say something nice to Leo, and then I hear the condom remark, and just look over to Bob and say, you know, I am a trained psychiatrist. If you ever want to talk about these issues, you obviously have. I'm here.
Oh, Bob actually does kind of just break down in a laugh. I
Anyway.
always liked you, you know that?
He's an ecstatic.
Anyway, Leo,
I would like to continue with my piano playing.
yes, I wanted
Well,
to.
then continue
Leo,
with your piano
what-
playing.
Actually, I wanted to ask him. Leo, what about your family? Did you manage to meet them again or have contact?
No, because I was presumed dead, so I left it at that.
Well, no wonder you have this constant aura of malaise going on. Tell you what, you tell us how we can help you get back in touch with them, and I'm sure everyone here will help you.
I mean, I just like them to know that I'm not dead, at least.
I mean, I'm sure we can come up with something. We could ask maybe our teachers for some more information. Like, say we pretend you were on a trip to Africa. You helped poor the poor orphans there, and you distributed food or some such. You know, normal things everyone does once in a while.
Well, considering the situation that that this whole magic thing arose from, I don't think that's gonna entirely work that well.
Oh yes.
Also,
What
do you want to talk about these social delusions of yours, Doctor?
what delusions?
Bob will just grin and drink some of his scotch. Nothing.
You
Absolutely
know, your
nothing.
delusions of
Keep
being
going.
competent.
So
Functionally.
He's
So-
being smarmy.
so but Leo, what exactly happened again? Like, refresh my memory. I remember someone dying in a restaurant you worked at.
Okay, so, and I'm going to look to Adam. So Adam came in with a group to make some kind of business deal. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You completely trashed my restaurant.
It wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you.
It was me. I was nowhere near there, Copper.
We got everybody out of the restaurant just fine. Except for one of the people in your group. I don't remember.
It was
And It's been a while ago.
Scott Malkinson.
But yeah, one of the men had been ripped in half by a vampire.
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah.
Because just as
That
a
was Danny
refresher, it was
Sanchez.
Martin Duncern.
Apparently the vampire was just paralyzed from the stake in its heart to appear dead.
Yeah, apparently that only slows them down.
Yeah, so when we took the stake out to perform the autopsy, he killed my
Coworker.
As a side note, just as another reminder, Martin Duncern was the person who hired you to go talk to this guy,
Yeah.
and Martin Duncern was also what's your character's name?
Boon's something or other that he met.
Sawyer?
Sawyer's cousin
Yeah, there we go.
from
Oh,
one of those
my.
distant Irish families,
Oh my.
or was it Scottish? It's hard to remember. They were bankers or
European.
something.
They come from somewhere.
Essentially, he killed my mentor in
Can
my
roll, yeah.
internship.
Actually, that's a good point. Did I ever get paid for that?
Nope.
Never. You never saw a single fucking penny.
You just remember that right now. Wait a moment.
Hey, I never got
Fuck.
paid.
So, and then from what I heard, he apparently tore through the rest of the work after I got knocked out.
I
So
see.
I'm not
So,
sure how much of a bloodbath that was.
and you believe your family believes you dead now.
Yeah. And I don't think a trip to Africa is going to solve that.
It's kind of hard to make up an excuse as to why you disappeared one night and didn't return or give any word for
Yeah.
like 3 years.
How
It's
about
also
it might
kind
just
of
be
hard-
easier to start anew.
It's
Wait.
also
I know.
It's also
Amnesia.
kind of hard to explain to the police
Wait.
why I'm the only survivor of a morgue bloodbath.
wait?
Might want to avoid the police.
Just
Okay.
get a new identity, you
Well-
know, like I did.
One moment. When Bob says amnesia, Sawyer looks around. Yes, and then it turns out he was actually his identical twin brother. Also, his
Yeah,
neighbor.
that'll be
was-
great.
Also, his neighbor was pregnant from him.
And then the butler did
Da
it.
da da.
The sarcasm is strong in this booth.
First
Wow.
thing when I get like a second sphere, I'm gonna make a road that plays dramatic music whenever I do something like that.
I mean, I'd like them to know that I'm not dead, but I feel like doing anything to tell them that would alert either the police or probably the.
Okay, wait,
I don't know.
Zephy, what is your guy's full name? Or is it just Leo?
No, it's Leonard Knight.
Leonard. Good, because I wanted to say Leopold.
No.
So,
Leopold,
well, I didn't
please.
know. So no, I just Leonard, I do have quite a few means at my disposal, not just money, but certain connections. I am sure we could come up with a reasonably believable cover story for you coming back. Like, say you were entered into a forced witness protection program or something like that.
That's a viable option.
Do you have connections with the FBI?
Personally, no.
That's for me to know, you
but
to not to know.
I would be surprised if someone in my family wouldn't. It
I
wouldn't
was
hurt
gonna
to
say, 'cause
ask.
Well, because we're gonna need something higher up than the police to make it believable.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Do your parents have connections to the FBI so they can ask like a babysitter, oh, was my son really in witness protection? Oh, no, thank you, Mr. Miller. You're grounded.
You're grounded. You're never leaving ever again.
Oh,
We
okay.
need, like,
Here's the
Illuminati
thing.
level of something.
Okay, here's the thing. Sawyer
Connections.
isn't that deep into his family business, whatever they're doing. Like, he never asks questions, but he knows they're powerful.
Look, we
He
just
just
need
never
all we need.
tried
At the very
using it.
least, we just need to go above the police with this if we plan to make this work.
Wait. About like Bob's idea. You're a psychiatrist, right? I almost called him Stinky. You're a psychiatrist, right, Sawyer?
It's Sticky Sawyer. That's what they called me at college. I did not have fun I did not have fun at school.
Stinky
You're a
Sawyer.
psychiatrist, right, Sawyer?
Why, yes?
You could pretend to be the psychiatrist that helped him regain his memory after a horrible accident on the night he disappeared.
You'd make it sound believable too.
Yeah.
I do not think I would feel comfortable lying about my professional work like this.
And I don't think.
Well,
I'd
what
feel
part of your
comfortable-
professional work isn't lies?
I don't think I'd feel comfortable about it either.
Wow!
What?
Burns.
I think I'm just gonna sit back and watch this unfold.
Shots fucking fired!
For some reason, my brain didn't catch that.
Roll up the awakened couch, and let's just chill on this one.
Wait, what exactly did Adam say?
Adam just called my entire professional lie.
My name
Apparently
is
dexterity plus firearms.
My name is
Who
Charles.
shot first?
Damn it!
Wait, what?
My name is Charles.
Oh yeah, Charles.
I'm the
sorry.
one who said, "What part of your profession isn't a lie?"
And I'm momentarily stunned into silence as I can feel my avatar just, punching his fist into in his open hand. Mind you, my avatar is still Sigmund Freud in his office.
Jessica stands up and just scoots a little bit closer to Bob and sips her wine with big eyes because oh shit.
I'm taking my whiskey glass and I'm moving over to Jess and Bob.
Everybody hide behind Bob.
I look to Charles. Well, I'd like to say I'm surprised by your viewpoint, but I am not, considering you're one that will readily replace parts of your body with machines for no good reason.
Oh, nice snapback. All right, Crow. How do
Hey,
you
that's
fare?
it. Well, that's a very, cybernetics is a very tangible and hard science. All you do is ask people how they feel and whether they wanted to fuck their mother or not.
Jessica's gonna stand up and go, wait, before this continues. Guys, I don't think we should be picking fights at the moment, especially not in that nice gentleman's bar. And she gestures to the quiet man who's still cleaning out the exact same cup.
Exactly. We should wait like 10 minutes and I'll get us some peanuts.
No, Bob, no fighting.
Mental
We're
health.
supposed to be sticking together.
Mental
Oh,
health
God
is
damn it, you're
just
right.
as, if not more important, than physical health. You uncultured brute.
Guys,
Guys,
we should
we're
take this to
getting
the
off topic.
Let's take this to the Mage Arena.
No,
Let's take this to the streets.
Leo.
I'll drive.
Listen, it doesn't matter whose practice is more real than the others. What matters right now is that we're
Is
trying
that we're a
to
family.
try and get Leonard here some closure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is true.
Anybody here good at lying?
Count me out. I
Again,
couldn't even win a game. of poker.
psychologist.
Eh,
Okay, Sawyer will seemingly calm down and sit down again, sip his wine. Well then, Charles,
Charge.
United
Charge.
Church, the United Church. Well then, Charles, since you're so adept at lying about your appearance and upbringing, how about you give Leonard some pointers?
That's not what I meant.
Have you tried not being a bitch?
Hey, now you two. Take it easy. Sit down.
Alright,
Take
alright.
a few deep breaths.
That hurts my feelings a little.
Listen.
Part of me wants to watch the witch boy psychologist and the little wimpy science nerd go at it, but the other
He's
part
like-
is just
he's
like
like-
no fighting.
He's like half my age. He would crush me.
Man, who knew that Dr. Crow was such a fucking savage? Came rolling on in, fucking pushed his shit in. Like, damn, sorry you had to go to the bathroom before you come to a bar. You stop getting your shit pushed in so much. Fuck.
God damn it. Mitch,
Again, I would also like to point out that Dr. Crow is like 5'2".
Dr. Crow just rolling on up in.
Oh god.
He's
We
five
should
foot two
Nuts.
and built like a twig. Just so we're all
Okay.
clear here.
So, you know what? Sawyer
Like,
will
rolled on in, crotch chop, these nuts. What?
look. Okay, Sawyer will look over to Charles and go. I apologize, Charles. I'm just not used to getting my profession belittled for no reason under such circumstances. Besides, we two should not get into physical altercations. It would look too weird.
he's right. How about we save the fighting for later?
Look at the
This is
middle-aged.
the part where, like, Crow whips out a pistol, bitches down, and begins firing into the crowd.
listen, Leonard, I'm trying to reason with you. I don't know how possible it is right now to try and reconnect.
No, if anything, Charles's hand would open up and start firing grenades.
Yes.
That's how Charles rolls.
All right,
Freaking
Mitch, is Charles okay with nicknames?
No.
Well, I
The
suppose
same.
I can't stop you.
It's nothing stupid. It's just like Charlie instead of Charles.
I thought I
Yeah,
was
that's
hoping it
fine.
I
would
would
be
just
something
call
like
him Doc.
I was hoping for something like
Ah.
fuckface.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna call him Doc and who and Fancy Pants.
But I'm a doctor.
So what are you gonna call me?
Bobbert.
Bob.
Dr. Roxo?
Rob,
me.
Bob.
Also for you, that's
Bob,
Doctor
Bob.
Fancy Pants. Thank you very much.
Whatever. Point being,
Charlie, Mr. Sawyer, I was merely asking who was better at lying because maybe Leo could write a letter to his parents or something and date it like 3 years ago, and you could deliver it as a little consolence. I don't know. I'm just trying to help Leo at this
Dear
point.
parents, I'm afraid to tell you I have developed severe amnesia and I will not remember you.
More like, no, you motherfucker. It's more along the lines of, if
Mother-
an accident were to occur, mother and father, this is my will. Blah, blah,
Mother,
blah,
father.
I mean, outside of just going up to him in person, which I don't
First
think
of
is
all-
very possible.
First of all,
He's afraid they'll go and tattle the police on him.
I have an
I'm
idea
afraid
actually.
that the
You
police
didn't
will,
have
I'm
this
afraid the
worked
police
out
will-
before?
I'm afraid the police will not them. Not that they'll tattle on the.
Do the police even remember you?
If it's been 3 years, that's probably been a cold case by now.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
2 years
Statute
is
of
when you're legally
limitations tends
dead.
to run on for quite some time.
Well, if they do suspect you of murder, it doesn't get cold. Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Okay.
anything, you probably had an
Statute of
obituary
limitations
printed
goes
next
on
to
for quite some
mine.
time.
Fair.
The letter to the parents idea might actually work. Mother, father, I just found out I've been adopted. I cannot see you anymore. I am sorry.
What?
And without some way to, keep the police from getting involved, I don't know if it's really a possible thing to reconnect right now.
Okay, you know what? At this point, Sawyer will get out his phone and dial the number of his father.
Oh man, we getting
That was
past
good
Yes,
timing.
exactly.
That was
Yeah.
good
Yes, it
timing.
was.
Yes.
Oh my god, Zephyr, you are his father.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Wait, so
It's a
you
dark-
didn't have all of
this
this
is
worked
becoming a
out?
This is becoming a.
Metafictional tale.
I mean,
guess.
I had my obituary printed within a week after we got here.
yeah, but you wrote it yourself.
So-
That doesn't count.
What is Sawyer's relationship with his father?
Um,
Because Sawyer knows that Sawyer has like siblings and whatnot,
well,
but Sawyer in particular purposely chose not to join the family business.
yes, but they're still on cordial terms. It's just
Oh.
like his father is a businessman, and Sawyer respects that. But still, right now, it can't hurt to ask him for a favor.
All right.
Or it might hurt, but he doesn't know that.
So do you call your father dad or sir?
That's a good question.
Sir, Dad?
It probably depends if I want something from him. If I want something from him, I probably would call him sir and be all
Esteemed,
as possible.
esteemed father figure.
Esteemed progenitor, I do have a favor. I do have a boon asked of you.
As a better way of asking it, what did you call him growing up, dad or sir?
Dada.
Papa. Papa.
Papa.
Papa.
Papa.
His father?
Ah, Papa.
Which is weird, because I called my grandpa Papa growing up, so...
Same.
Papa.
Papa.
No, I would go.
Same?
Okay,
Same.
no. Okay,
Oh, same.
I would have probably gone, like, in a private setting, I would have gone with dad. And in a public setting, more like sir.
Mm.
But this is private, so.
Legit.
Daddy.
Daddy. Tell him what you did, big daddy.
So
Come
I-
on, give on.
So you're on good terms. You've just
I'm
been
good.
kind of
good-
alienated from one of each other due to work.
Yeah, both our work. It's just we kind of drifted apart, but it happens. And, we both knew it would happen.
So the phone rings. You will actually get his secretary.
Is it the
Once she
secretary?
learns that it is you, she will not ask. She will immediately make sure that you're transferred to your father.
Do I know the secretary? Is she you?
Oh, you know the secretary is his
Good.
father's personal secretary.
Oh, wonderful. Well, he replaces them every once in a while when they get worn
Yep.
out.
Yes. He turns
After
pregnant.
certain cases, after certain, civil cases come up.
Yes, over alimony. That
Yes.
quickly goes away.
I think the witness protection program. I think the witness protection idea works very well.
Yes, let me find out if
So?
I can help with that.
Ring, 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 and your father will pick up. Sawyer?
Dad! Long time no speak. Very sorry about that, by the way.
Sawyer Phineas Milliner. Your mother is going to be very upset with you. You have not called her in ages.
I know circumstances were not favorable in terms of phone calls.
you-
I'm very sorry.
Is this another one of your European sabbaticals or some such?
Sabbatical.
Well, Africa actually, but essentially.
In the future, could you please let your mother know ahead of time?
I know that. I can only apologize. I will
She's
make it
going
up.
to be livid.
I will make it up to her on her next 3 birthdays. 4?
5. Go for 5.
You should try making it up to her now, son,
Well,
before she really loses her temper.
Well, is she still awake?
She's away, but you own a cell phone. Lord knows I'm paying for it.
I pay for my own cell phone, damn it.
No, he's talking about his mother.
Yeah, it's like he looks down. I have a cell phone.
Whoa,
Well,
crazy.
I look
Yes,
up from
you and your mother both own a cell phone. Lord knows I pay for it.
I look up from the old-timey rotary phone on the wall and just, I have a cell phone. No, I know that. I'm very sorry. I will call her immediately after I, finished asking you for a favor.
Is it a money problem? Did your practice finally fail?
Not,
Oh!
no, my practice is doing very well. Thank you for asking. No, it's a
Interesting.
personal matter for a dear friend I met. Well, I better not tell you actually. Out of curiosity, does does our family have any connections into the FBI?
There's a pause on the phone. Son,
Yes.
understand that you are my child, my son. I would do anything for you, but I require you to be honest with me.
Well, he doesn't know anything about the mage stuff, right?
As far as you know.
Okay. Well, Dad, I have a dear friend who got into a lot of trouble and made a very hasty and very stupid decision. Long story short,
I'm innocent.
uh, someone at his job as a coroner was severely injured, we think killed actually, at the job. He found the body, panicked, ran away, and that was now 3 years later, seemed to have realized how foolish a decision that was. So
Yes.
I was thinking maybe you could help us out a bit. I assure you, he is absolutely innocent. He committed no crimes. He just went away for 3 years and now his loved ones think he is dead.
Okay.
It was to protect them.
He can't
Because
hear
of-
you, Zeffy.
I know.
Totally not a
It's a
totally
fucking
not a
cell
murderer.
phone.
I know.
He was under the impression it would protect his family from what I cannot tell you. Like I
Well,
said,
Lord knows Lord knows I understand what it's like to have family.
even if
All
they
right.
don't call for 3 years.
He leaves that part unsaid.
Oh, it's
Not
very,
that he
it's
needs to
very
say it.
much, it's very much on the open regardless.
Eh.
It's there, but it's in empty silence.
Yes, I can help. This doesn't necessarily be an FBI case either. It's just a missing person. What city are you in?
What city are we in?
Portland.
You're in
Portland.
Portland.
Oregon.
Right now I am in a bar in Portland.
Portland, Wisconsin. Portland, Illinois. Portland, Oregon.
It was Illinois, right?
Oregon.
No, Oregon.
Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
We're in
Goodness
Oregon.
gracious, there's nothing
Oregon.
in Illinois.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just drove through Illinois the other day.
How would I know that? No.
It's cornfields and hell.
Okay, no. So let's
And
retcon
Chicago.
that. Let's retcon that. I said, oh, right now, Portland, Oregon.
And the two were not mutually exclusive to one another.
That's fair. Anyways. All right. Can I have something happen?
Mitch, did you encounter the children of the corn as you were driving through Illinois?
No, just traffic.
Are you just looking this to be smoothed out and so he can go back to his family? Just no attention, son?
I think that would be best for, well, his sake.
All right.
I mean, he just wants to let him know that he's safe.
Speaking.
What is this
Not-
young man's name?
Garfunkel.
What is what is your last name, Leo?
Knight.
His name is Leonard Knight.
All right. I'll have it arranged that the police do not become involved.
I appreciated that.
Of course. And please call more.
More? Oh,
More.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
More.
Yes, Dad. I will make a better effort to call. Let's say at least once a week.
Thank you. And remember, your mother's birthday is in 2 months.
I haven't forgotten it. In that, I say that in that tone of voice that means, I know, I still haven't got a present. Don't remind me of it. I'm panicking already. Don't know what to get her.
Not to mention
Well,
I
that
would
present has got to
recommend
be
that you
3 times
intend-
as good as it usually is.
Okay,
I
what?
recommend you
You've
intend
missed-
this one, unlike the last 3 years.
I will do my best. In fact, no, I will be there.
Good. You have 2 months of a head start for making up, son.
No, I will do that. Thanks again, Dad. I will call Mom immediately.
Have a good night, son. I'm glad
You
you're
too.
okay.
You too, Dad. And I wait for him to hang up,
He hangs up.
because power
So hey,
move.
Connor,
Yo, what?
I
Power
have a
move.
question. Were we allowed to call our family while we were being trained?
Nope.
Mom!
For some of you, this wasn't such of an issue. Others, you had friends who could tend to your family. Some people weren't allowed contact with their family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. Does anybody even ask for a reason this time?
That we weren't allowed to call the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jess did.
I did too.
All right. Basically,
What?
as it breaks down to when nobody offers information unless somebody asks for it in the chantry, so it's very much a feeling of you have to ask the right questions to get the right answers.
Right.
When somebody does, and when you do end up asking why you're not allowed to call your family to your prospective mentor, essentially almost every mage will eventually disconnect themselves from their family for safety's sake, unless, say, their enemies, such as the technocracy or worse, gets a hold of them to use against the mage.
Nice.
So typically mages will eventually divorce themselves from their original lives.
Yeah.
Just for the simple sake of, for their own safety. And under the supervision of, and while you're under the supervision and protection of the mentor, they're required to do their best to make sure that you stay safe while you're their apprentice.
Yeah.
Therefore, they do not allow you to call your family. Now
Yes.
you've essentially given free reign to do whatever you want at this point, but I mean, you still have your recommendation that you should distance yourself from your family and whatnot. But
Yeah.
end of the day, man.
You think Sawyer asked about that and got told the security thing, and that he should maybe gain a lot of distance from his family, but then he remembered, no, my family is super rich and super white, and they can probably take on the democracy if you want to. Let them come. Fuck
Because
it.
being-
Joke's on them. My parents are already dead.
Yeah. Screw the rules. Screw the rules. My family got money.
Jess had Jeff to take care of, to kind of settle things down
So-
with Ma.
So the
Yeah.
moment,
Nah.
okay, when
Jeff.
when his father hangs up, Sawyer does the same, slides his phone away, and then looks around and realizes, all right, they could only hear my side of that conversation. So he looks to Leonard and go, Well, Leonard, you can go home again.
I mean, I just want them to know that I'm not dead.
No, Leonard, listen to me. You can't go home again. The police will not bother you.
Jessica's gonna blink because just a
Just-
call to dad, and that was smoothed over.
Like just you know, how about this? You go home and we can. I gotta be honest. I do not like the amnesia idea, but it has merit. It might work
Yay,
if
merit.
if we embellish it a bit, and maybe put in a let's say a year of recuperating at a
Hold
somewhat
on a sec.
private institution somewhere where you couldn't be
That
reached.
was way too easy. There's something
Well,
up.
sometimes things are easy. Don't let a gift horse in the mouth, dude.
Adam, I assure you, nothing about this was easy. I just promised to be there for the next 3 birthdays of my mother in person. I paid a high price indeed, my friend. In fact, I have to call her in a moment.
Mama.
Mama.
Mama,
I'm just.
I'm so dreadfully
I'm
sorry.
just kind of questioning right now. Not that your parent, your whatever connection you just called can't, will do this. It's more of a, are they really able to?
Yes.
I mean, sure, police are one thing.
No, I just stated matter-of-factly, yes. No
Then you
doubt,
get
no
high
doubt
up.
in my mind whatsoever.
Like the FBI and even the freaking technocracy.
I wouldn't know about the technocracy, but I have a feeling they are not that interested in Leonard's poor family.
Or Leonard, for that matter.
From what Dr. Gailey seemed convinced that they'd track down my family from a farm in the middle of nowhere, Missouri, if they knew they were connected to me. So you never know.
Look,
Yeah,
all,
That's
I,
the scary thing,
thinks
isn't
about
it?
all this.
all I did was get the police out of the picture. As for how we proceed, that's a different question
mean,
entirely.
I had already settled away from my family. I just wanted them to know that I was still alive.
And now you can.
You can write them a letter.
Or go there in person.
Or call them.
Probably.
How
We should
about
all go to Leonard's parents' place and
Or
tell
ask Ch-
embarrassing tales.
ask Charles if he
Yes.
borrows if you can borrow his phone to Skype them.
Doesn't your phone have Skype?
Don't call anybody.
Would I have Skype?
Actually, wait a minute.
Probably.
What if?
Echo, stop.
What if Leonard borrowed your phone and used it to call his parents?
And for that matter,
short,
why
sweet, boom, to the point, done.
Or for that matter, why doesn't Leonard
Alexa
have a
was
phone
trying to read
himself?
into our
Why doesn't Leonard have a
conversation.
phone? Yeah.
Which is
My
also
my Alexa was trying to read into the conversation and was starting to call somebody.
Wow.
nice.
Here's where
And we
Leonard
went to Alexa
produces.
to text.
Here's where Leonard produces a mid-90s Nokia flip phone. Just 'cause
Wow.
it doesn't work anymore. I don't think it. I don't think it
No.
likes magic.
How long do I need to wait for the police to be not involved in this?
Oh well, considering we're all interconnected nowadays, maybe 10 minutes.
This is also the government we're talking about, so it'll probably take a little bit longer.
Oh, you're right. 15 minutes.
Sorry,
Leonard, Leonard,
please, that's
Leonard.
giving them too much credit.
No,
I say
I've-
we give it about.
I
I say we
lean-
give them
look.
about 20.
I lean over the table and go, Leonard, not to put, my foot in my mouth here, but I probably will. My family is very rich, very old, and very white. The government will not bother you.
My
And I look-
is
here's the
also white.
And Sawyer looks actually very apologetic about that. Like it's somehow his fault that his family is obviously in the upper percentage of like rich assholes. Let's face it.
Oh,
But
poor little
Yeah,
white
fuck it.
boy.
For all we know, for all we know, you're related to Rockefeller somehow.
Well, some people have it.
For those of you
have
who've
it easy.
actually done research on the Milliner family, they're one of the most like famously rich families in the world.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So we're talking like Bill Gates or
Yes,
Well,
like Bill Gates money.
we're talking like the Rothschilds.
We're talking like the Hiltons.
So you're
way
taking
more
the
money
well,
than
he's
the
basically
Hiltons.
Ken Masters at this point.
So yeah.
So all
minus the
these
kung
drinks
fu.
are in your
Avon.
tab, right, Sawyer?
What did he say?
All these
I said
drinks are
so-
on your tab.
Right,
Well,
Sawyer?
Well, obviously, I lost the card game. Just matter of factly.
Just go with it. Just
would've
go
paid
with it.
the-
I like not having to pay for my whiskey.
I would have paid them. I would have paid them either way because I don't give two fucks about that.
Thanks for the drinks, by the way, Sawyer. Mr. Sawyer. Dr. Sawyer. Fuck! I was wondering.
Oh,
That
we're
one
getting
thing that
we're
you
getting
told
all formal here now that you know my family can have you killed on a whim. Yeah, I see. I see.
No, no, I agree. Here's to Dr. Sawyer.
Yeah.
No, that was not in character. That would have been
Jessica,
it
please,
would be mean
language.
spirited.
Jessica, please, language.
You don't own me.
You're right, I don't.
Ain't-
But I would.
Ain't no one owned Jessica.
I would prefer that you keep the language down and the screaming while we're in the bar.
I didn't. It wasn't in character that she screamed.
I know.
Wow.
I'm making it a gift.
Okay, and with
You being a
okay,
dick.
with that, no, okay, with that, Sawyer leans back, gets his phone back out, and then still addressing Leonard. Think about a plausible excuse for how you would have gained that amnesia thing, and we can work from
Oh,
there.
wait, are we
A
going with
flower
the
pot
thing? I thought it
fell
was
from the
witness
sky
protection.
and hit your head.
I didn't hear
How
that.
about just being thrown head first into the wall? That usually does
I
it.
didn't hear what Steffi said.
It's nature's snooze button.
I said I thought we were going with the witness protection thing, not the amnesia thing.
We could go with both. Whatever you decide.
I kind of want. I think the witness protection. Thing
Matter
will work better.
of fact. Now I'm gonna look around. Why don't you all help him brainstorm on this and order 1 or 2 more rounds on me? I really have to call my mother. And I'm gonna stand up.
Sounds
Number
good to me.
one.
I'm gonna stand
Just
up
'cause
with
of
my
the thumbs up.
phone and I go towards the toilets
Yes.
because I'm
Number
not gonna
one.
call. I'm not gonna call my mother, who hasn't seen or heard from me in 3 years, in front of these people. There will be
They will not
there-
see like the incoming Holocaust.
There will be yelling, there will be crying, and I will do that in private on the toilet. Sitting in a
Although
sitting
I
in
was
a
actually
locked
planning on going to the bathroom myself
sitting in a
to
sitting
do
in a
some
locked
brooding.
sitting in a locked stall, making sure no one is near.
To do
Can
some
I-
brooding.
Can I listen
I need
in
some
with
brooding
magic?
time.
Can I listen in with magic?
Matter of fact, no. Okay, here's the thing. I stand up, take a step, then go back, take my wine glass, and then go to the restroom.
I'm
Bring
gonna
the
need
Gonna
this.
need
bottle
this.
Okay.
if you're
Number
gonna
one,
need
Listen,
it.
Leonard, whatever you do, you really ought to be careful about this. There's something about this that just stinks.
Look, my mother is a professional doctor. She knows when I'm lying, even through voice.
Doctor's
Anyway, I'll be
thing
right back.
doesn't
I'm
have
gonna go to
anything
the
to do with
bathroom
like-
myself.
All right. Just gonna go and like take a pee and listen.
The fact that your mother is a
What is
professional doctor has
conversation?
nothing to do with the fact that she knows you're lying. She's your mother.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
She's a professional mom.
Yeah.
Leonard, I will beat your ass.
Mom, I wasn't a witness protection. No, you're lying. You became a mage. I can sense the magic of you. You're a bad boy. You're a bad
The
and naughty
magic of my
boy.
special boy.
Go to your room. No more
I never
magic.
knew.
Go
Grounded.
to your room while I call an exorcist.
No dessert for a week.
Jessica
your
like
calling
holds
your-
out her hands and does like the grabby motion. You should let me call your mom.
Oh boy.
I'm going to call your headmaster, and then Tewksbury's phone rings somehow. Somehow has his number.
You were supposed to take him in. Why didn't
So
you?
yeah. Okay, so Sawyer will be busy for the next 15 minutes or so.
Getting
you
yelled
kidding
at
me?
by a mom.
Getting
That would
chewed
be
out,
like
yeah.
that would be like a full goddamn hour if you're being chewed out by your mother.
3 years and no call.
Oh yeah, like hell hath no fury.
Oh,
The
yeah.
gates of hell shall open during that phone call, and you'll be
Here's the
gone
thing.
for like
I have a
usually
plan.
half an hour.
I have a plan. After those 15 minutes, I will fake an emergency, like a medical emergency that I have to go to. Like
Oh
a
my
patient of
God.
mine is threatening to kill himself. He's gonna throw off the edge, and then another 10 minutes after that, I will finally be able to get off the phone with her. I have this all planned out. Don't worry. I've done this before. I
Alright.
like
She'll
I
probably
like
call
So
your
that
bluff
can
and
just
go,
happen
"Don't you?"
off screen with
Yeah.
like the verbal holocaust.
that's just
She'll
off
prob-
screen. We don't have to play that out. Thank you.
She'll
I'll be
probably be
right
calling
back.
your bluff though. They're going, "Don't you
So-
dare use your patience as an excuse to not talk to me again."
Here's the thing. The way I see it, she would probably believe there's a guy ready to jump, but he can wait 10 minutes. I'm your mother. I haven't seen you for 3 years. The guy can
Put the
wait.
phone on speaker. I wish to talk to this man. I want to talk to his manager.
No, no.
You-
I will
and
not
then
have
that's
another. I will not have another death on your conscience, mother.
You just
And
put
back.
Leonard on the
Not
phone.
again.
Yes. So Adam is still in the bathroom.
I want to talk to his manager. Mother, I am his manager. I want to talk to you, young man.
No, when she asked to talk to him, so he would just put Leonard on the phone.
Okay. So yeah. Anyway, that happens off screen. Let's go back to the important stuff. Faking amnesia for Leonard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yay! Well, no,
Alright.
we're going with the witness protection thing.
Yeah,
We
we
could
are.
do both.
It's easy. No, I'd rather do just the witness protection thing. It's easier. There's less to lie about, less chances for me to get caught.
It's less to lie about.
All right. Bob will clap his hands and
You
rub them
did-
together. So, we're gonna be cooking up a nice little lie.
Please don't say it like
Do you
that.
still want your mother to think that you might have been landed in manslaughter, or are we gonna erase that?
Well, I'm sure they've probably heard police reports or something by now.
I mean, it probably hit the newspapers as someone had been killed in the morgue.
Probably not,
Well-
considering it was a magic accident. They would have hidden that.
Maybe.
That's a
I
good point.
mean,
One
Someone
involving
still
vampires,
died.
nonetheless.
there'd still be a death on record in all likelihood, considering they can't just, replace him. Or I don't think they can.
Why
Well,
not? He's not the only
The
coroner in the
record,
country.
the record could have been faked for his safety.
And in any case, you would have been gone for way too long. Your family would have called your place of employment, and they would have found out that, well, you and whoever else had been killed there had gone missing. That's probably all they would have found out.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
the other person probably would have been. The other
Fu-
person probably they would have found his dead body. I would have been the only person I think that was missing.
Wait. I
That's
have
the
an
thing,
idea.
though. Who found his dead body first? I'm pretty sure that would have been erased.
I have no idea.
I got an
I have
idea.
no idea. I have no idea like what's gone on about that case.
I got an idea.
Connor, would I know anything about that particular case?
For you?
Yeah,
Did you ever
that ca-
ask?
I know. I feel like he would have asked for the details on that at some point.
All right. So when Michael went, it's handled. You finally asked him what he fucking meant.
Yeah.
Basically, the breakdown is that after some very thorough both use of just straight up like technical know-how, bribery, and a little bit of magic. Oh, actually, only a little bit. The case of Leonard Knight and all records of him disappeared from the police station. He was it was like he was never there.
Ah,
Oh, so
better
like
than I would have thought. I would have just thought, oh, he's gone. Let's blame it on him. He's now
So,
the
like-
wanted suspect.
So like the all the records of the internship and everything were just gone.
Gone. Any paperwork, as far as anyone's concerned, any memory of him, gone.
Oh,
So, according to the police, he never existed.
Yep.
oh. Yeah, that's kind of an issue now.
So in other words, when Sawyer's dad calls them and goes, "This guy never existed," they go through the files and goes, "Yep, checks out."
Well, the coroner.
Oh, the
Not-
coroner was like murdered at some point by some lunatic that managed to break into the station.
Yeah, oh
But,
no,
you know.
I thought you deleted the coroner.
No,
Ugh.
All right, so
Leonard.
just me and all
Any
records that
record
I
of
ever-
Leonard and any sort of paper trail, anything, gone.
Well, someone could have
Alright,
told
cool.
me that.
So his co-worker is on record as being dead. Leonard is on record as being gone, which means that the family would probably suspect the worst.
True.
In other words, it would be pretty easy to.
I didn't know if they would like fake his death, or I didn't know if they had like faked his death or what.
Huh.
So this presents a whole new issue.
So you knew that and still let me make the call. You bitch.
We never asked. No, well, I never asked before this.
Also, after this little bit of point,
Okay.
Adam will return from the bathroom.
Wait. Okay.
For the beer.
Point of order. If you never asked before, you still don't know that. And if you don't know that, neither of us does.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So do you know that in character or not? That's the question. And
Probably not.
I want to say you don't know that in character, considering we're making up plans here that kind of depend on, you still existing.
Right.
Yep.
So then we'll just backtrack on that then, and say that I don't know anything about that yet.
Chant ominously through their window and claim that you are all just a shared hallucination between them.
Yes.
A shared
18 years of
hallucination.
hallucinating.
Yes. Yeah, just come in the window at night. I am the ghost of your dead son.
No, he can't be the
Ooh.
ghost. He was never alive. He never existed.
Anyway, so who was the technology nerd in our group again?
Crow.
The knowledge what now?
Charles.
Crow. Right.
Technology nerd.
Technology
Ah.
nerd. Right.
Crow.
I'm not a virtual adept.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Their dead son.
Pretty sure we had a shit. Who here was a virtual adept?
That would be
Leo.
Leonard.
Oh yeah, Leonard himself is.
All right. Well, in that case, Leonard would probably be able to. Actually, Bob is going to say this out loud. Leonard, do you know what the police records say about the incidents that had you disappearing?
I can certainly see if I can find out. So I'll pull out my laptop.
Bring your laptop to the bar.
I'm assuming there's
God,
Wi-Fi
hipster.
in. I'm assuming
There's
there's
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi in here.
Dude, you're a wizard. There's always Wi-Fi.
Cast.
You
Well, I
are
mean,
the
yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Zephy, cast your Hollywood hacking road.
Yes.
Where you just
Exactly.
type
Yeah, just-
furiously.
Wi-Fi is not a problem. My
just-
phone in real life can do Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
fine.
Also, I don't think you need your laptop for that. You just need a goddamn phone for it.
You want to
I
look into
have
it.
the laptop on me though. I've used the phone already. I need to
Okay.
use the laptop.
Hacking the police station.
One
I'm
thing
in.
here. Okay, two things here first. Chicken, you want to look at a police database on a phone screen?
Okay, good
Seriously?
point.
Be terrible. And Zephy, just do the Hollywood hacking thing. Just type furiously, never using the spacebar at all, and just using the same 8 buttons or so.
Until that
true.
is
They never use that.
You have like quick cuts.
or until that is the final one, which you have to hit pause, hit enter, and then send a skull gif to the other guy's computer. It has to be a laughing skull gif,
It has to be.
preferably in ASCII.
Of
Yes.
course, duh.
Hold on.
It's so stupid, but I can see it happen. It's great.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's say I want to magic my way to getting any records pertaining to this whole situation.
How are you
And
doing it, bitch?
I'm hacking the planet.
Hack the planet.
He's breaking into the Matrix.
I mean, as far as I understand, police databases, they're on an intranet, right? So you would have to get into there first.
I mean, yes, I'm keeping my presence hidden from their system, but I'm also trying to get into their records to see what records they have on this whole
We
situation.
could just go old school and hijack a police vehicle and use their onboard computer system.
Yeah, we should do that.
I want their
Jessica's gonna raise her finger and go, no.
I want their online case files for this case.
Man, it is so amusing to see you all flounder through how computers work. And
You
like,
could
Hoon,
just
out of all
look
the
up
people,
look up a fucking periodical newspaper.
Look,
like Hoon's actually like the most accurate for how you would do this the easy way.
What, hack the planet?
No.
Hollywood?
no,
hack
no, go into police vehicle, use their onboard computer system because that one doesn't have any logins. You get the info, you go out again, and with any luck, you will never get caught.
Yes.
Actually, that is a good question. Are there any policemen on nearby?
We're not doing that. we're not hijacking a police car.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But are there any policemen like in the bar?
No.
Okay.
None that walked in their fucking uniform.
I mean, but
What
like, we
would
didn't
Are there
really,
any
like-
off-duty cops?
You
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
know.
Like anybody who,
We
You
could
don't know their
ask.
lives.
We could ask. Hi, are there any off-duty cops in here? We need to use your
hi,
database.
are you a magic cop?
Oh,
Are you a
God.
magic cop?
Anyway,
Yes.
Magic cop.
so
The magic police.
okay, but if Zephy tries to magically hack his way into a closed network, which I assume is possible with magic, wouldn't he have to roll anything for that?
But
Well,
yeah,
that would-
probably start to roll for magic.
Do it,
Um,
bitch.
Do you have forces?
I do have forces.
All
I
right.
actually figured that might be a correspondence thing, but it's either
What's the
forces-
first thing you're gonna want to use? Okay.
So yeah, I'm basically. I guess to them it looks like I'm Hollywood hacking it.
Well, mechanically, what are you doing? How are you accomplishing? You can use your instruments, but I don't think you have the prerequisite spheres to accomplish your effect.
I'm going into the internet, logging in, and trying to get into the police database.
Well, you can't go into the internet and do that. They're on a separate network, on a separate frequency, so to speak.
Right.
You'd have to
Okay.
know
You could
that.
also do the whole app
Well-
thing for it.
Could I use technology and computers to kind of
Oh yeah, this is totally something you do with your actual fucking skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No
I
magic.
mean, I just
Yeah.
figured that I could also like add a little magic to it to just kind of cloak his presence.
You
Why?
use the magic of
Why?
technology.
Why? You
I
have the
don't
fucking
know.
skills to do this.
I know. So we'll just go
Yeah.
with the skills then.
Okay.
So what do I
Roll
need
me
to add?
intelligence plus technology.
Can I also add computer into this?
No. This is the technology skill at 6 as you're figuring out how you're going to do this. Because I understand that you're rock stupid, so I'm giving you a lore chop.
Thanks. Thanks, Connor.
See, I would have just gone down to the police station and asked them.
For all
What's
you
the
know, it could be public record.
What's the
Exactly.
difficulty?
This is going to be difficulty 7.
7. 2.
Okay, you got 2 successes. You know how to like jack a signal because all right, the way that onboard computers work is that they wireless signal that comes from the police office that goes to the computer. It's not like an onboard hard drive that they store all this
Yeah.
information on.
It's all in the
Well,
cloud
yeah.
nowadays.
So, for you, what you'd want to do is essentially like be near, really like install either software or get like a specific piece of hardware that could jack somebody's signal. And
Well,
then
I was gonna say I'm also using the knowledge of being able to log into those networks before when I was actually working with the police.
yes, then you wouldn't even need a fucking login, or you wouldn't even need to like spoof a password.
Well, I assumed my records of my passwords and everything would have been just erased.
Yes, thank you for finally seeing logic. Anyways,
Yeah, that's
I
why
was
I'm
hoping
saying
to
I gotta
catch you with
hack
that
in.
one.
I was gonna say I've got to hack into this.
And anyways, at that point, you're literally just like doing a 32-bit decryption, and it's not super complicated.
Okay.
In your mind, this will take you like $20, a trip to a hardware store, and like 15 minutes.
And then an extra hour because you have to program like an animated Pac-Man that eats the files while you hack them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For some reason, that's
It's,
While
only
you
going to appear on your
hackering them.
computer.
it's all about etiquette, okay? Hacker etiquette.
Okay,
Have to do
kind
this
of,
right.
yeah.
Oh, you also have to get a cool pair of sunglasses and make up a rad code name.
Yes.
Like maybe Enigma. Okay, go with Enigma.
Yeah, Enigma.
To be fair, as a virtual adept, there is a common saying: "Style over substance."
I can see that. I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Steffi going full
Especially with,
90s hacker kid on us.
Oh, you also have to speak in outdated leet speak,
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
but only when describing what you're doing
I am-
while hacking.
Only if anyone asks.
I really
By the
hope...
way, you have seen Michael do this as a way of performing a rote.
Nice.
I really hope we get to the point where Steffi can exclaim, "This is a Unix system, I know this."
Those poor people.
Anyway. So
Okay.
So yeah.
stupid.
And also, the more Red Bull you have with you, the better.
Yes.
20 cans of
yeah.
Red Bull. You don't touch any of them.
You know, Connor,
Super
it's very
thick energy.
weird. It's very weird when my page shifts on its own.
I know, it's great. So, anyways, so at this point, I want you to make a technology roll as a
Okay.
as a complementary roll, essentially to decrease the difficulty of the other one. This is
Okay.
going to be like, I don't know, like difficulty 7. Intelligence plus your technology skill.
Okay, so I'm sorry, you said so. Repeat that again.
Intelligence plus technology, difficulty 7.
Right, I did that. That was the first one with the successes of 2.
You have to do it again.
No,
Oh,
no,
do it
again, you whore.
I'm sorry.
You gotta hack the planet again, man.
This is
First
not-
of this-
That the first one is your lore roll. This one is going to be you actually making a thing you're going to use. Fucking Christ.
Oh my god. If we end up actually
This
seeing
is
it for
also,
the-
by the way, going to cost you like $30 and like a half-hour trip to a nearby hardware store.
Gosh.
Oh, so by the time he comes back, I'll be done with my toilet
0.
business. Jesus
Sweet.
Christ!
Oh.
Yeesh.
Ooh, that's not good.
All right.
I think
well,
they
it
know.
was difficulty 7, so you didn't get a botch. You did, however, fail.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work.
Wait,
Like
he
the
had
thing
his-
you try to make it do doesn't work. It doesn't pick up the right signal, and you aren't getting shit when you get near a police car.
Can I just Okay, that's fine. Can I just look for like basic periodicals on any news on the internet?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Hack
You'll
some
find-
phones for the news.
All right. What are you looking for when you're looking through the news?
just Yahoo,
Any news reports on it?
Yahoo
On
News
you?
from-
Well, anything concerning the events that took place seem to be entirely lacking you.
Well, I know. I'm looking for just anything on the events that took place to see what the news and like the world has to say on it.
It was an event where a crazed man managed to break out of a cell. Or rather, it was in the morgue actually. So it was a crazed man.
Yep.
essentially just the story breaks down to a crazy man with like a weird obsession with dead bodies, etc., etc. Flash news, aggravate certain cultural aspect or certain political aspects, so it detracts attention from the story. And at some point, it became like a conversation about gun control and mental health,
Got it.
Nice.
and diverged the public attention away from what actually happened.
Got it. And then I'm just erased from the story entirely.
You were entirely missing.
Cool. What about news reports on what happened at the restaurant?
Gang violence.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Okay.
No mention of how like people were like viciously ripped apart, but it like breaks down to gang violence.
Typical gang violence.
Checks
Anyway.
out.
By this point, Sawyer will come out of the toilet again with the,
Oh, hey, you're back.
with the unmistakable face of someone who just got yelled at by his mom.
Oh.
Do you need another drink, Sawyer?
Several. Thank you.
I guess I walked back in after spending $30
Something
of
a
my
little
hard-earned cash.
Something a little stronger this time, eh, buddy?
No, we stay with wine. And I'm gonna sit down. I'm
Fair
gonna
enough.
sit down again and look around, and everyone is kind of looking bummed out. And so, what happened?
We double checked to make sure before we made any kind of calls, what actually, like, to double check with the news reports and everything. I couldn't get into the police database on to find the case files for what had happened. But all the news reports are pretty much just saying pretty much everything is just, I'm not even there. Any records of me don't exist.
Well, any public records of you don't exist, which was to be expected. We don't know if anyone actually has, more private information about this.
Well, I assume my parents have private information, but
Leonard, as a medical professional, let me tell you, it is really hard to completely delete someone out of a system like this. People tried.
yeah, but this is also the mages we're talking about.
That is true. But Leonard, let me make something clear here. If you really do not exist in any records, I just cashed in a favor with my father to secure the life of a man that doesn't officially exist, which would be terrible for me. Do you understand that?
I understand that.
Good. So, you do
Hey,
exist.
Sawyer's phone begins to ring.
What?
Oh boy.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
what now?
His phone begins to ring.
Oh,
Wait,
shit.
mine or Sawyer's?
Sawyer's.
I'm gonna,
I suppose you can say, oh wait, I think you found someone else to take care of it.
I'm
That's
gonna
simple.
look at the screen. What is the caller ID?
It is your father.
Well, shit.
We made a bad judgment call, guys.
Yeah, we did.
I knew,
Yeah.
I knew something bad was gonna happen.
I'm going to reach over.
Wow.
I'm going to reach over to whoever had the scotch. Take that drink.
I had the scotch. No, I had the whiskey. But
I had the scotch. I give it willingly to you.
Take the scotch. I down it in one
I've-
go, and then I answer the phone. Dad, how you
Just-
doing?
Son, why did you just ask me to keep the police off the back of a man who doesn't exist?
I honestly wish I had a good answer for this, but I do not. This is new information for me too. In fact, it is new information for the person in question. So, I think it would be in our best interest not to pursue this further. And I will say as much to him.
Just gonna sit closer to fucking Bob. She knows dad issues.
I just imagine everyone leaning in so they can hear what I'm
Yeah.
being told on
Dad's
the phone.
leaning back.
I'm
Bob,
like,
Bob
I'm
putting a
also
hand on
leaning back.
Jessica's shoulder.
I'm like
keeping
in
her
the
close.
corner. I'm like in the corner of the booth, just like whichever side Bob and Jessica are on. I'm just in the corner of the booth.
I'm just
Just like,
faintly
what
giggling
have
to
I done?
myself.
Looking away.
So everyone just
Somehow knowing this was all going to happen.
kind of drifts away from me like I'm Moses in the Red Sea. All right.
More like you have the plague.
Put my hand to my brow. Start
Anyway,
massaging it.
anyway, I'm
If
gonna
I
see
may
my.
so remind you, son, Mother's Day is on May 13th.
I am aware that. Does she still have the
I
same
am-
clothing size?
Yes.
All
Click.
right. Well, worst case scenario, he thinks I'm involved in some serious business, which, well, he always tried to get me into the family business, I guess, so that might not be the worst.
By the way, just so you know, like the Milliner family is actually extremely large.
Yeah.
Fucking huge.
So yeah.
I'd say worst case scenario, our teachers find out about this.
No, worst case scenario is the
Oh no,
technocracy.
that would be the regular case scenario because I will bring it up with Professor Tewksbury as soon as we get back.
Yeah.
Oh
And
well,
worst
that just
case
sounds
is the
fine and dandy.
technocracy.
Leonard.
I probably need to go have a talk with Michael.
You may,
Man, you guys have fucked this up.
but I have
Might be a good
another.
idea.
I know.
I
I didn't
have.
fuck anything
Okay,
up.
okay. Here's a.
I didn't do shit.
I didn't either, but still.
I tried to help.
It was all me.
Bob,
was
let's
all
go now.
Zeph-
Like,
Let's face it, it was all Zeffy's fault.
As
Oh.
usual.
This is what you
It's
get
all
for
me.
waiting 3 whole years to do this.
for not asking about the state of the people around
This
you.
is what happens when you don't do your homework.
I'm gonna lean
Yeah,
over to
that
I'm
too.
gonna lean over to Leonard and just
And
Leonard
begin
is
strangling him
well
gently.
Very gently.
just one-handedly strangling him, breaking his neck. Well, it's for the best. It's for the best.
and Leonard
Just
Leonard
let it
gives
happen.
In, just lets it happen.
No tears, only
Come on,
dreams.
come on, Leonard, let me tell you about how beautiful our bunny farm will be as I just creep up on him with a shotgun.
Oh my god.
There's going to be
Oh,
rabbits.
Rabbits.
There will be rabbits, Lenny.
Oh,
Oh my
Oh my god. Okay. No,
When Adam says,
I will lean over and go, well, Leonard, it seems you don't exist.
Oh no, I figured that out already.
Bit too late. Bit too
Yeah,
late,
a
Leonard.
little late on that one.
Tiny bit too late. Anyway, we should find out how far this goes because I have a feeling that your parents might not remember you. In which case, again, trained psychiatrist, I'm here if you need help.
I feel like my parents would remember. I feel like no one's like broken into their house and stolen pictures of me.
Ah.
I mean, it's very
That
possible.
might not be what he means.
Out of character. Here's the thing. Out of character. I have a feeling they were brain wiped. In
Yeah,
character,
I
in
feel like a
character,
neural.
Out of
I-
character,
yeah.
they have the technocracy.
in character, I think the same, but I'm not gonna tell him that because that would be just
Yes.
mean-spirited for no reason. Let him keep hope.
I'm trying to figure out if I should just call and find out.
But
No, that's a terrible idea.
I know.
Look,
well,
our teachers. If I can forget what the thing is called, like
The
what,
chantry?
the unity.
The chantry.
The Unity
chantry, thank
thingy,
you.
yeah. The Unity chantry.
Yeah, the Chantry did everything they could to cover your ass and your tracks and make it seem like you just never existed in society. They pretty much did this I won't say flawlessly because there's the whole with your family going on, but still. They did this to the very best of their ability, and here we are fucking it up.
However, to the very best of their ability likely includes potentially at least, the ability to alter people's memories, because I'm fairly certain that a lot of people, or a lot of our fellows at the Chantry can actually do. Of course, I might have. I mean, of course, there's always the chance that I might have seen someone do that and then been forced to forget myself, but
Oh, yeah, let's go
But-
down that rabbit hole. Why not?
But so for that matter, there's actually a pretty good chance that your parents don't even remember you. And
Well, if
would
your
you?
parents are even still there.
As fuck, Mitch, what was your character called again?
Adam.
Charles Crow.
Wait, no.
As
Yeah.
Crow says this, Bob will start getting up and making his way to the bar, and he orders 2 glasses of scotch, comes back and sits one of them in front of Leonard.
Yes. Just in time to hear what Adam said, or maybe they're just not there.
I'm just staring. He's just staring into it.
Bob reaches out and rubs his back.
Are you okay, Leonard?
I am trying to figure out a solution.
We could probably save this for later when we are more sober and capable of
Well,
clearer thinking.
the easiest solution would be we go to the Chantry, we ask one of the more powerful ones to wipe the memory of Leonard of his parents, and we forget this whole thing ever happened. In fact, let's get all our memories wiped of today. Or at least the
We don't
last
need
2
that.
hours.
We don't need magic to do that.
At
We
least
got booze.
no, they
That's
will,
what alcohol is for.
they will come back. The memories will come back. I want them gone. No.
Not if you drink enough, buddy.
Okay, Sawyer will look at his phone and scroll down to the number of Dr. Tewksbury. Hover with his thumb over the number a bit, then put the phone away and get up. You know, some things you can't do on the phone. I'm afraid I have to call it an early night. I'm going back to you know where. And if the professor is still up and running, I will tell him what happened. Probably get chewed out. And hopefully he may be able to help us with this issue further. So, my comrades, I bid you good night. And this is all on me as he takes out a money clip filled with easily several $100s. Puts
Oh dang.
puts down like
Right back.
20 $10 bills. Puts them down, takes the rest back, and nods to each of you, and then leaves the bar.
Bye, Sawyer.
And then 5 minutes later, you hear a BMW starting up and rolling slowly across the street to the Chantry.
Meanwhile, Bob's like just staring at the money, going, "That is either going to be one hell of a big tip or a lot of rounds more.
I-
Alright.
Rounds.
I hope you leave some as a tip.
I'm going to just call it there, like call it here because I gotta get going, and we can
Okay.
pause on the fucking meeting between Professor Tewksbury.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say this. Leonard just looks at it, looks at the scotch, looks at Bob, and says, "You're probably gonna need to carry me back to my apartment." Just downs it and passes out.
Oh my god, you're
Aw.
such a fucking lightweight.
Seriously.
Aw, Bob catches him as he passes
He
out.
just looked at the
Oh,
scotch.
what a bitch.
He just looked at the whiskey and just passed out.
All right, let's see.
If only he followed my advice and tried not to be a bitch.
Next time we listen to Mitchell. Next time we all listen to Mitchell.
All right, so
Next time we all
I'll
just get cyber enhancements.
Let
I'll just
talk.
hand out XP right now, because I like doing this bit. All right, so it's the end of a chapter.
Right.
Everybody gets 1 point automatic for simply having fucking survived.
Yay.
Oh man.
It was
I'm
close.
alive.
It
We
was a close
survived the
one.
bar encounter.
It was a close one.
Yay!
Well, there are plenty of ways I could have died here.
You managed
I
to
now-
suck air for a while.
Oh my god,
Um,
Stinky, and I know what this video is going to be called.
Oh?
Setting the bar high.
Ugh.
All right. This is going to be a shorter one, but in the future, hopefully, we'll have longer sessions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next points. Learning curve. Did any character learn something new, important, or significant to the plot or their personal stories?
I have
I
learned
mean,
that
I learned that I'm dead. I learned that I could be completely erased from society altogether.
I have learned that Zephy is useless and a danger to everyone around him, as
Apparently,
usual.
I'm not half bad at poker.
I've learned that I need to get some goddamn ranks in subterfuge.
I learned I can fucking see behind my head.
All right, next. I'm gonna call that a win. Role playing. All right. So I'm gonna
So
give
wait.
you all that one. That was an awesome role play scene. That was literally just role play, really.
Okay,
It was.
Yeah.
So did we earn like a point for each of those?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm willing to say that if at least one person manages to get it, then everybody will get the point.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
are we
So
at like
we've
2
earned-
or 3 also currently?
You're currently at 3. Next
Yay!
is focus.
Pew 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 pew.
All right. Because belief and practice are so important to a mage, a player who really gets into the way her character performs magic, who plays up the mage's beliefs, details, or practices, and uses her instruments in cleverly appropriate ways, may get a point for emphasizing the mage's approach to the arts and sciences.
fuck, man. I didn't even cast any magic this session.
I
Jet.
mean,
Eh,
I made
Oh,
the
Mitch.
app for that. I made the app for that wrote.
Mitch.
I
Alright,
touched
okay.
the
I was,
tattoo I had.
All right, I'll give you that one.
I was pretty devil's advocate-y.
I mean,
Nah.
I just use my natural abilities.
yeah.
All right,
Clearly,
and
Mitch is
for
magical
the fifth
as
and final
is.
points, heroism. A character who faces incredible odds to perform some memorable act of sacrifice or risk ought to be rewarded for stepping up courageously and doing
Clearly
what
that's
needed
me.
to be done.
Clearly that's
Yeah,
me.
Heroes,
clearly that's
as we
Stinky
saw
calling
earlier,
his mom.
Heroes, as we saw earlier, are folks whose deeds are worth singing about, and that sort of
Clearly
risk
me.
deserves reward. That which does
Yep.
not kill us, after all, is worth experience points.
Yep, Stinky
so-
calling his mom.
Yep. All right, there's 5. And I'm also going to give everybody an additional experience point because you all have earned an achievement.
Well, shit.
Like an idiot.
Mitchell, on your sheet, write down achievement unlocked. Fucking savage.
Oh, fuck you. Man.
So we all got 5.
Why do I
XP,
never-
Six.
Except for him, got like 6.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
11
Everybody
all
has
in
gained
all.
6.
So we should have 11 if we
Yeah.
haven't used them yet.
Yes.
I never learn. I always want to give Zephy the
Yes.
benefit of the doubt. Maybe he does know things, and then it turns out, no, he doesn't. He just does not.
It turns out that even though I think I know things, I just make really bad rolls when I think I know something.
I can't wait for you to punch another priest. It's just...
I'm going to be right back.
Yeah.
Just reach
Yeah.
over. Just,
I do feel like I should point out that yeah, Crow can be a bit of an elitist asshole at times.
A
I'm
bit, yeah.
sorry.
It's okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I
You
wonder
just
if I could just
look.
if I could go ahead and get that
Primarily-
point of
Okay,
Arate,
okay,
so-
Mitch,
Sure.
I'd be very
Yeah, me too.
surprised. I'd be very surprised if your guy actually believed in psychiatry, considering he is certifiably insane.
Probably like you didn't get to hear too much of my backstory, but
Psychiatrists.
th-
They were telling me I'm insane since grade school. Those fools.
if Crow went to a psychiatrist as a child, he probably would have been found. He probably would have been found insane. Good thing he never did.
Pish posh. What do those
I mean-
quacks know?
I mean, he may have tried dissecting a few animals here and there, but I mean, who didn't do that as a kid?
Well, most people do it in a laboratory, not in the street. Just saying.
Well, more of the backyard, but
Just
oh,
saying.
I have acute senses. As a merit. I forgot about that.
You know what you
Oh
need?
yeah, I never got any merits.
God,
No.
I don't know how the heck to use it. God damn it.
I'll just
Fuck
go
it.
without
got-
this.
Why does
I did get-
experience have to be how to? Why does experience have to word differently from freebie points?
Huh?
Connor said that was a thing, that experience and freebie points work in two different ways.
Oh, because
Yeah.
freebie
Yeah.
points are for character creation, mainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, why do you have to make them two different things? Can't you just start a character with X experience?
Well, I guess you could, but in the end, it doesn't really matter.
That would have to go with like a GM talking, and
Anyway, now you have 11.
technically in this sort of story, we were all pretty much magic virgins. I don't think
Also,
it would have worked.
now you have 11 experience to buy, well, like one sphere, for instance.
Yeah, a spear or an arate or
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm probably
one thingy.
go
You
up
actually
to
could-
a
you
second,
actually could go up in
Arte,
Arte.
because I really want to get 2 life, 2 matter as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I
Huge.
think I'm gonna buy another sphere in Prime.
Hey, I
I'm
mean,
gonna do a thing of arate because I feel like I can.
I haven't decided
Got
yet.
some possible story things possibly coming up.
I haven't decided, so yeah.
So yes.
Oh, Coop's left.
I mean-
Oh.
And then I can make the detect magic app.
Ugh.
What the heck is the current rating?
What?
Like
current
the
rating for
in
your
the
like for your arte is currently
Yeah.
1, so it'd be 1
So-
times 8.
Okay.
It's
So it costs 8 experience.
Except
But
your
yeah,
Wait,
main.
where's the table of character advancement?
It's on page. Hold on, I have it right here.
The
Ish.
experience costs are on 253.
Okay.
Yes,
254
Or-
if
yeah.
you've got the PDF.
or 336.
And Chicken?
Yeah?
Your main sphere only costs you 7.
Okay.
Current
Like
times
whatever
7.
whatever your main sphere is. For me, it's apparently forces.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the recording here.
Wait, I'm sorry, that was 254?
Yeah,
53.
254, or it's also on page 336 as well.
Oh, there it is.
Anyway, yeah, recording stopping now.